super fun. And for me, one of the best things about it is the people that I get to on this stuff, like Aline and Laura Savino and Jean McDonald. I see a lot more Jean now that we do APG stuff together. Like all of that stuff, like there's so much great about it. I'm one of the people who volunteers for Portland Camp. This is our 5th year in Portland. And I'm super excited how the program has grown and changed. And if you're a person who's headed to Duck Up this year, there will still be an App Camp for Girls party near WWDC this year. So keep that in mind when you're looking to make plans. And I'm, like I said, it's one of the best things that I actually get to spend my time on. And it's super fun. And the moment when a girl looks at Xcode for the first time and really likes it, or finds the bug in the app and finds out that breaking stuff is like a whole job and they really like that, or finding out that artwork is really important and how you interact with an app, you know, the shapes that you use and what the user experience is like is really important. And finding out that you get to sort of be the cheerleader for your app and develop a slideshow presentation that you're going to present in front of a bunch of people is always really exciting for somebody. And so I love getting to help all of those opportunities happen.
I'm really glad, Renee, you kept us from forgetting to mention that. I think that's great. And, everybody should go to appcamp4girls.com, appcamp4girls.com.
Do it.
And sign up now.
Sponsor. You can't go to the camp sponsors.
That's true. You can help out because in fact, on the page is a contribute button. You can actually help support a girl to go to App Camp. Even better. Kelly, so glad to have you. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me back on the show.
Kelly Guimont, MacBreak veteran now, MacObserver.com, and Smile Software, makers of a text expander and some great stuff. It's great to have you. Andy Anako, and enjoy the rest of your day with the campers in Atlantic City.
I will. I nominate that we just make it final and just let Kelly have the parking pass and the gun permit as a member of the family.
Okay, deal. Your gun permit is in the mail, Kelly.
Hooray!
You find more of it.
Hello, Dave.
And of course,
Excuse me, Dave.
I noticed you post now.
Is that what you prefer, Dave?
Should I plug that?
CWB is a local page, and it's easier for you to people just saying it. You're spelling it phonetically.
Yeah.
It's easier to find that.
So we'll start with CWOB.com.
Yeah, unfortunately,
From there.
still have that normal
And thank you
Google
so
lag.
much for
I'm
the
using my. Let me turn off
And
Mac Break Weekly, the show that I like to listen to. You're welcome, sir. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for stopping in before you head home, Jen. Yeah, this is my room. As I mentioned, I didn't really bring any of my recording stuff, and I thought, I'm wondering if I could do a show with just what I brought with me, which is the ATR 2100 USB mic, and I'm using it in USB mode, which I normally don't do. I usually use the XLR cable, I think, which gives it a little bit better sound. And I just happened to have my microphone stand in my suitcase. So I just plugged in the USB mic to my MacBook Pro and used Audio Hijack, my custom setup, and loopback audio. And so I just wanted to see if I could do a show like this. Just the mic and the MacBook, and that's it. So let me see if I can play some sound effects for you. See if you can, excuse me, hear this.
Flight 209, you're clear for takeoff. Roger.
Hello, you're listening to the Airline Pilot Guide Show, the view from our side of the cockpit door. I'm Captain Jeff, your host, broadcasting live from What room am I in? 312. Studio 312 in the Sheraton Hotel in downtown Springfield, Massachusetts. Hello, everyone. I see we have Dave Abbey, Jen Neffer, Dave. Oh, that's still the same guy. Neville. Hello, Neville. Neville. A little shaky, huh? Don't know why I would be shaky. And I don't know why I accidentally hit the crickets button. So it sounds different than it normally is because the last few times I've recorded the real show, I've used audio hijack. The only thing different here is the microphone through the USB. Is that what you mean by shaky? The music or the microphone? The sound of the little shaky. So clarify what you mean there, Jen. I guess I could turn on the shakiness. What shakiness? It's probably my connection, if anything, I would imagine. Let me turn on the noise gate. Okay, noise gate on. Again, if I were doing this show with my normal equipment, yeah, I think it's the bandwidth probably is a problem. Yeah. Which I'd have the same problem if I were using my high microphone and my Thunderbolt interface. Yeah, I know what? I bet if I go over here and change to studio mode, the music sounds better. So, okay, I'm turning it on to studio mode. I'm now in studio mode, so my voice volume probably went down for you. So let me play the APG intro again.
Flight 209, are you ready for takeoff?
Roger.
Landing altitude 123.9.
Roger. Request that.
Hello, you're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show, the view from my side of the cockpit door. I'm Captain Jeff, your host, broadcasting live from Studio 312 in the Sheraton Hotel. Excuse me. I just went and ran up and down the stairs here at the hotel twice, up and down 13 floors. I just got a little congestion in my chest. Sorry about that. All right, let me go to the chat. Oh, really? Same? Okay. So, Neville, it really doesn't sound any better in studio mode then, huh? It must just be the poor bandwidth. I didn't do a speed test on it. Let's see. I'm using now a new video driver, and it has all kinds of interesting things in it. Here we go. How about a thermal scan of me? What do you think? Doctor, do I have a, what do you call that? I can't remember the term. The thing in your head. Okay, how about this effect? What do they call the color pencil effect? What do you think? I could go black and white. Okay, I'm going to go back to the regular mode then, if you really don't hear much of a difference. Because I think the studio mode uses more bandwidth. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm back in base mode. Not sure again if that makes any difference. Ooh. Feeling kind of warm. Or I can kind of be in a hematoma. No, I was looking for a, what do you call it? Like a knot in your brain. What would that be called? We discovered, sorry, Captain Jeff, we discovered a something in your head, not a hematoma. Or you could have it in your other parts of the body. I can't think of the word. Here, let me go back to normal. There we go. Aneurysm? No, it's a growth. What do you call that? Like a thing that doesn't belong there. There we go. Thank you, Jen. Ding, 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 ding. Jen got it. So let me play the bell. That is what I was looking for. Where's my applause? No, it would be a very bad thing if I had a nick in my brain. Okay, so other than I think that this will work. So if I ever wanted to go super light on, I'm not using the camera that I normally use. I'm just using the built-in camera in the MacBook. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm taking everybody away from the regular chat. I guess everybody's just moved over here. So yeah, here I am. Still kind of a snowy day outside. You know, you really can't. It doesn't look bad on camera. Doesn't look like anything is going on out there, but there's a lot of snow on the ground, and I've heard the snowplow trucks come by a few times. You can kind of see. It's kind of fine snow. It's not like really thick snowflake kind of snow outside, but anyway. Sorry about that. You plug in the MacBook again. There we go. It's a really tiny little window, but that's okay. My room is nice and quiet. I don't have a guy next door to me singing the same damn song over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right. So how was your $100 hamburger, Pilot Pip? You know, I don't know what the song is, Jen. You'd think I'd know what it was, but some pop song that kind of had a depressing, kind of a minor key to it. Sounded like somebody had just lost somebody very special to them, the way they were singing it. Apparently, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe this guy just maybe lost a good friend or family member or something like that, and he's just wallowing in really, really sad music and is playing the same thing over and over and over again. But that room has better bandwidth. How do you know that? I didn't do anything with bandwidth that you would know about in the other room. Did I? Not sure I understand, Dave. Yeah, I don't mean to take you guys away from the regular chat room. I just wanted to test this. So, oh, it's a joke. Gotcha. Okay. Not very good at picking things up, apparently. So let's see. My day so far has been sitting in front of my computer, watching you guys in the chat room, running up down stairwell a couple of times, and trying to get my heart rate up for about 10 minutes. And yeah, Nev, I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed the headboard sound more than I was listening to. Excuse me. So I went over to, after I ate breakfast, I went up to the front desk and said, okay, so I stay in hotel rooms like a couple of hundred nights a year. I mean, a lot. Maybe not quite that much. I didn't do the math, but you know, probably more than 100 nights a year. And I have never gone and asked to be moved to another room. This is my first time. And I asked, so the person in the room next to me, I don't know if they're an airline crew member or not, and it really doesn't matter. But do you know if that person is going to be checking out today, or are they spending another night tonight? And she immediately said, "Oh, they're here another night." And then she said they're an airline crew member. And I went, "Okay, well, I need to be in another room because I cannot take another night of this idiot singing and then his alarm going off at 3:35 in the morning." And she said, "No problem." And so she put me on this club level floor. Although I don't know why they call it a club level because the room is nothing special. I didn't see free drinks and hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that out anywhere. So I'm not sure exactly, except maybe that this is just a little bit more isolated and quiet. Maybe that's why I call it the club level. It's only the third floor, so it's not even really much of a level. I think there are 13 or 14 floors in this hotel. So, yeah, so it has the mic sound. I mean, this mic I've used a few times. This is the mic that Dana uses and Steph uses, and sometimes Nick uses. The ATR 2100 USB. I don't think I like it as much as my PR40, but it's lighter, and I always carry it with me because I can plug it into my phone. I did a what do you call it? APG crew log last night, and I'll probably do another one today and put it up there. But I just use the camera, the lightning to USB connector, and then I just plug in the USB cable on the mic, and it works perfectly with my iPhone or with my iPad. So it's sweet. I think it's a good sounding mic for the amount of money that you spend on it. It's pretty cheap as far as dynamic mics are concerned. It's like anywhere from $45 to $80, depending on when you happen to buy it. All right, Jen, drive safely. You have snow up there. What's going on here, Steph? Just doing the test. I was telling everybody that, somebody suggested that we do an episode of the airline pilot. I thought, well, I didn't bring any of my recording equipment, but I did bring the ATR mic that you use, and I happen to have the stand in my luggage, and I've been using Audio Hijack Pro for basically for my mixer for quite a while yet now. So I thought, really, I guess the only difference from what I normally use and what I have now is the microphone's different, and I'm not using the Thunderbolt interface. I'm using this USB directly into the MacBook. Anyway, yeah, we have to be careful. HR is here. We have to be on our best behavior. Although I've noticed that many of you are not on your best behavior when you're in the AvGeek BFF chat room. I've noticed. I think that Dr. Steph has noticed too. Just saying. Yeah, actually, Steph, this is what's happening. I've decided to go back to a solo show, and I didn't want to hurt your feelings, so that's why I posted the link in the public forum. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Dang it. That's the problem with this setup. I keep accidentally hitting these sound buttons. Okay, I'm trying to turn off the noise gate because it's bugging me. There we go. Now you hear more of my background noise. Okay. Yeah. So, how's everybody? I see, Dave, you have a little bit of weather in New York. And up in Portland, Maine, I see Micah, you guys have gotten some snow as well. Columbus, pretty much the whole Northeast, I guess. I'm not sure what the snow totals are here, but I think they're talking 12 to 18 inches or 15 to 20 inches or something like that. But I think they'll be able to handle the road without any problem. And as long as there's an airplane for me tomorrow to fly out of here, actually not even to fly, to ride in as a passenger back to Atlanta, I'm good. And then I'll be home from this trip. So actually worked out to be a pretty nice trip, getting paid for 3 days of work and only working one, basically. Can't beat that. Yeah, it looks like on the radar and snow accumulation radar and maps and stuff like that, that where I am, the band of snow is the thickest, where Hartford, Connecticut, and Springfield, Mass is. The airport's kind of between the two. I guess what, north central Connecticut and south central Massachusetts, I guess. That's where I actually am, Springfield. Lighter snow and ice and pellets. Yuck. Big jet stream heading your way. Okay. I don't know. Maybe. I guess Nick has a trip, what, tomorrow? Is that what he said? And then he's going to be overnight at Newark or somewhere, and then he's dead heading back home. He said that he would be available to do a show on Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. If you're still good for that, Steph, we'll try to do that. Okay. Yeah, I guess he's just down the road in the Hartford area, right? And so is Chris and Tanya Whitesell. They're down there in East Hartford, I believe. If anybody wants to join me, you're welcome to. I can send a link. Here, I'll do this. I'll copy this and put it here. There we go. So if anybody wants to join me on this, more than welcome. What else? Oh, look, there's stuff.
Loud. Oh my gosh, hold on.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I gotta turn my volume down. Wow.
Okay.
Not as loud on YouTube as it is in Google Hangouts. So
Oh, okay.
that's funny.
So
I'm actually just finishing work. I'm about to leave.
oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up.
Meh.
Thanks for popping in.
Here,
Yeah,
you can see
so
my
I'm just
exciting office in here. Little
nice.
cubby hole.
This is
No windows.
that's where you stick. That's where you stick people. Thanks for popping in.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, my exciting office in here. Little
nice.
cubby hole.
This is
No
that's where you
windows. Micah, we can hear
Okay.
your audio.
Micah,
At least
you
I can
need
hear your audio.
a window or something.
Let me see. You can't hear me?
Okay, we can
No, we
hear
can
you
hear
now,
ourselves.
but we
Okay.
can hear ourselves when you first got on.
I figured I'd pop in.
Okay.
We're both using ATR. We're all using the same microphone, actually. I think.
Actually, Steph is using her earbud mic, I think.
Yeah.
But she normally uses this microphone, which I think is a very high quality microphone or good value microphone.
It's great for the money. You really can't beat it. It's what everybody recommends. On the
So, Steph, show me more of your. Steph's about to leave. Show us more of your office. So this is like
All right.
your office.
This is my office. Hold on, let me see. I think I can swap the camera around here. Oh, look, it's a hallway. See?
Uh-huh.
Lovely hallway.
Nice.
This is my
Has that
assistant,
very
Pam. Wave hi,
medical look.
Pam. Hi.
Pam.
Office or patient room,
Oh, it looks so cozy.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Looks
Oh, I
like a
need to
great
sign.
place to
I
have
need
a
to sign this piece of
needle
paper.
stuck in you.
Hold on one second. Let me get out of this stuff in here.
Okay.
And you're just going to turn this off so it doesn't have any identifying information on it. But this machine is a machine for doing electrodiagnostic testing. basically testing all the nerve and muscle function in the arms and legs and pretty much anywhere in the body that you want to. But it involves
Oh, it's a
little
torture
static
device.
electricity.
Some kind
Yeah, static
torture
electricity sensations and also more needles. So usually,
Oh man,
yeah.
it's like a dungeon.
The last
Where
test
the
we just
chains
did
hang.
was 16 needle sticks.
Oh,
So let's see here. So that's most of my office where I live. Well, I gotta sign this. Go ahead. That's all right. I'll use a cheap pen.
Who do we have on tour?
Some friends of mine, pilot people.
Hi, pilot.
they're the pilot people. Aviation geeks.
Aviation geeks, yes.
Aviation geek, I said. Just
Yeah, pilot people. I like pilot people too. All right.
most pilots
Yeah,
have
it's
people, but I guess some of them are not really people like, they're more animalistic, I suppose. Not mentioning any.
So
Yeah.
tap on your mic. Mike, I don't know if your microphone is actually.
I know what it is. I'm probably using the wrong mic. Let me go to set. There we go. Now we're in the right mic.
Yes, that sounds much better.
Yeah.
yes.
there's
You
the
don't sound
tap.
so far away now. How are you, Micah? Good to see you.
I'm good. Good to see you too. Yeah, I was on the camera microphone. I have a Microsoft camera mic combination. And the camera's not bad actually, but the mic on it is,
They're all the same. Not very good.
they do remarkably well for what they are, but certainly not a dynamic mic.
Yeah.
Now we
So
should
what's the-
really have Nev join right in because he has the whole studio there and would look and sound perfect as he always does.
If he's at home,
Well,
I guess.
I don't know if I go that far.
Looks and sounds perfect.
Maybe his sound perfect.
Aw.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, he looks as best as he can. So you're only getting rain down there, Steph? That doesn't seem fair at all.
That's what we got last night, but it's actually sunny now. And actually, I am walking out towards the parking lot. I will show you. I bet it's still cold out though.
Speaking
Oh,
of
speaking
devil,
of devil, it's Neville,
hmm.
and he's trying to figure out his settings. And Dave Abbey is.
Dave Abbey just came in. Hi, Dave.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Hello.
Oh, gosh,
south
Steph,
side of-
that's horribly nice.
And you know what?
Nice.
Hold on, the wrong button. I thought I was going to have to put my jacket on, but it's really not that cold either.
No, nice.
So
Just like it is
benefits of
here.
living in the South. Yeah, exactly. I saw your video of out the window earlier. It looked
Let me see if I can.
tropical.
Oh yeah. I'm drinking a pina colada.
Can you see that?
That's a little
behind
chilly
me?
still.
It just looks
It
white.
looks bright.
Yeah, that's it. It's absolutely covered in snow because of snow.
Oh, okay. So there's no reason for it to get closer to the to bring the camera closer to the window. It's just
Yeah, no.
same view no matter what.
So you heading home, Steph?
I am. So I'm going to leave it to all you guys.
Oh, geez. There goes
Continue
HR.
whatever this test is. But yep. I'm
All
gonna
right.
get
Well, drive safe.
in my car.
That's your Jeep.
Good looking car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, does this mean with your test that you can just pack the camera and be able to do this if you want to much more lightly?
I guess it's possible. I just use the built-in camera. This is the built-in on the MacBook. And I don't know. I still like the. It's not that much more stuff to take the interface in the PR40 mic. I just like the sound of that better.
Oh,
But I could do it.
better sound. Definitely a better sound. But the camera is what makes a big difference because I don't think it's just the bandwidth. I think the camera has you a little blurrier.
Yeah. It's kind of a blurry day. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think it's quite as sharp as the Logitech 930 mic or camera that I use. It's not bad. Of course, again, that little camera doesn't take up much room either or weight, so I can throw that in. I guess.
All right. Well, I wanted to say hi and bye to Nev and David. And
Yeah, hi Steph.
Micah
How are you?
and- Good. I'm about to drive home, so
Cool. Excellent.
I will see
Safe
you
trip home?
guys later on.
Yeah, see you again. Take care.
I'm sure.
Have a good afternoon.
So what time is it there for you now? Like 9 o'clock?
Just before 9 o'clock. Yeah, 2 minutes to 9. And just got to do some. I haven't this new webcam that I bought. Haven't set it up properly yet at all. But yeah, it's got a load of settings on it, isn't it? That control panel that you suggested I download is really good.
And then I just got this new one. In fact, I just paid the fee for it, a little bit more than the webcam settings, but it gives, the reason why I did that is that it actually, I can do a lot of control with the built-in FaceTime camera that I couldn't do with the webcam settings for some reason. It just doesn't allow that control.
I saw that, and yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Actually, there's a load of stuff, but I've not really experimented with it, which is why my exposure is not ideal, which is unusual for me, I have to say. So,
yeah, well, for last minute, it looks pretty good. But yeah, I imagine you could adjust the exposure so we could see.
I'm sporting my new Plain Talking UK T-shirt, which Carlos sent me, and had to get the extra large one because the large one was a bit cozy.
Yeah.
So I donated it. I donated it to Matty Fab, who is a slightly slimmer figure.
Yeah, I guess the UK sizes I noticed were a little bit tighter than the US sizes.
Yeah, certainly. So, are you thinking you'll be getting out of there tomorrow, Jeff, or you be there for another night?
I think I should be able to get out of here sometime tomorrow. I'm thinking, but I'm not sure if it's going to be, at 6 o'clock in the morning. But I don't know. It just depends on whether or not an airplane shows up sometime tonight, I guess.
Well, wouldn't the governor have to lift the state of emergency too before you can actually travel?
Oh, I don't know. Is that something that's in effect here?
Yeah, in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Oh, I see people driving around out here. I guess they're breaking the law.
Well, you're in Massachusetts.
Yep.
Right.
But it's Connecticut that has a state of emergency.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, some
the hotel van, right? Leave that up to the driver.
I guess we need to ask them that. Yes.
So this just affected. So this is from where you are all the way up to the eastern seaboard, and where you are, Micah, as well, is it?
Yeah, David's getting the same storm, although I don't think you're getting it quite so bad as they expected.
That's correct. Not bad at all.
And I'm getting it. They said, and I hadn't heard the 12 o'clock news, but last I heard, they said we were supposed to get 15 inches of accumulation. That's what, about 37 centimeters of snow between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. It's supposed to be that heavy at that time. So, so yeah, and then the snow emergency is in effect until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
This is very serious.
Oh, there you are.
I need to do something. I need to do something with my hair. It was a really strong. It was a very strong blow dryer that I was using. It popped up. I got a special shampoo for thickening my hair, and I don't know.
How's that one? A little pinhead look?
I'm just kind of feeling kind of really strange today. Oh, so
hey,
much
Mikey,
fun.
Hey, Mike can do it too, right? Mike has got a double.
What do you have?
Oh, I live with two people. I like both of them. He likes both of me, and I like both of them.
What are you using?
This is Microsoft LifeCam. And
it has all those things built in?
Yeah.
Cool.
It comes with a little software package, so it's kind of handy.
Uh-huh. This is what I use in case I'm doing something anonymously and I don't want people to identify me.
That's right.
I think there's another one that kind of does the pixelation. Here we go. There we go. I'm going to disguise my voice now.
Right.
Yes, I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot for a major U.S. legacy carrier.
No, I'm a pilot for a major U.S. legacy carrier.
I sound like what's his name? Kissinger.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
What happened to Nav? There he is.
he's
Yeah.
back.
Just a technical moment. Hardly surprising.
That never happens.
Yeah. But I spent, was it a couple of nights ago? I could not get a signal from, I think it was my mic into my mixer. That's an improvement, Jeff. And I must have spent an hour and a half at it. And you know where the XLR plugs into that Focusrite interface, Jeff? It just wasn't quite home fully. And I just should have been the first thing I checked. I just spent an hour and a half
Always
on
check
the
the
mixer
cables.
with the settings and the auxes, and oh god, it was horrific. But
That's
You know,
terrible.
what I can't figure out, maybe you guys could give me a hand with this. Jeff, when you heard my my latest piece, you probably heard there was a little bit of a hum in the background.
Yes.
And it's been there for a while. Now I'm using it whenever I record on Audacity. That hum is there no matter what I do. I can't figure it out. Here I am on the same mic through the same connection, the same USB cable. There's no hum. Everything's fine. And I can't figure out for the life of me where it's coming from, why it would be there on Audacity when it's not there with the same connection anyplace else I use the mic.
Yeah, that's certainly odd, isn't it? It sounded when I heard it before, Micah, when you sent in that stuff for Jeff's birthday, it definitely sounded like a hum, a ground loop, you know, an earth loop. But then, as you say, it can't be because you're using it on a different piece of software and the hardware is the same. So that doesn't make any sense at all, does it?
Yeah, that's a head scratcher for me. I don't know why it would be different.
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, I can't figure it out at all. I've been working on it, and sometimes it disappears. In fact, even on the last piece I just sent you, Jeff, you'll hear at one point, it kind of toward the end, sort of disappears for a little bit. So it goes away.
Yeah, it sounded like it was was that like another recording session toward the end?
No, same session.
Oh, because it sounded like you stopped and then started again because I guess that sound was gone.
Yeah, I did a cut and a paste because I had to edit something out, but it was the exact same session. Once I start, I don't stop it until I'm done.
Does Audacity have the, I mean, not that it really fixes the problem, but post-processing like a filter to get rid of a ground loop or a 60 hertz?
It might, but I'm not sure exactly how to use it. That's the whole problem.
Okay.
It was definitely a 60 hertz frequency, I think, wasn't it, Mike? It certainly sounded like it was a hum. A ground loop.
That's what
it was.
It sounds like to me.
Strange.
Yeah, I don't know. And the routing of you're using the same USB cord.
Exactly the same cord.
And the routing's the same.
Plugged in exactly the same way. All I'm doing is recording on Audacity.
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
The tech guys have cannot give you an answer.
Yeah, we have.
So if you'd like to raise a support ticket,
here.
Micah.
Yeah, okay, I'll put in a ticket.
Yeah, that's bad. No,
I'll call Leo Laporte and he can make fun of me on the phone.
Yeah, that's it. How are you, David? Anyway, you okay?
That's right. Good. Yeah. I'm just listening in here. And actually, I do have a question on this Google Hangouts. This is the first time I've ever used it. Is there any limit to the amount of people who can join?
10 total, 9 plus the host.
9 plus the host. Okay, good. I got about 5 friends waiting to come in. So.
All right, well, bring them on in.
Or bring them in. Okay. No.
Did you notice that? I don't know if any of you use Firefox, but Google Hangouts is no longer going to be compatible with Firefox starting with the next release.
No, I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, they're getting rid of their nappy support, I guess, and until Google Hangouts comes out with a new system, so it's not using plugins, it won't be useful on Firefox. You'll have to do it from Chrome and I assume Safari.
I always use Chrome anyway, so won't be a factor for me.
Right, just using the Google platform altogether, right? Hangouts, YouTube, and Chrome.
Yeah, and I do just because it's a Google product, and I figure that it should work better in Chrome than not necessarily that it should work better in Chrome than any other browser.
Yeah, definitely. I've certainly found that some things don't work properly in Safari, and the only way to do it is to switch to Chrome, I think.
The only time I use Safari is on my iOS stuff. I hardly ever open it up on my Mac.
Okay. Yeah.
But I guess because everything is working pretty well on Chrome, and then I can use different devices, and it all. I guess the same thing with Safari. All your bookmarks and history and everything else can transfer between.
Just imports straight into it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess there's not really an advantage there. I don't know.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So,
What kind of equipment are you using there, David?
just iPad Mini. That's all I have.
Okay.
Just iPad Mini on Wi-Fi. Does it look all right?
And it looks fine. And it's the
Good.
Google
I mean,
Hangouts.
besides the person in the camera, but
It's the Google Hangouts app.
Downloaded it. I didn't even know about it until you posted the link, and then my iPad automatically linked to saying, "Do you want to, get the Hangouts app?"
Okay.
And I just quickly downloaded it, signed in, and it's pretty seamless.
Now, the one thing I wish they'd do,
that's why
Google would do with the Hangouts apps for iOS, and I'm not sure how it works in Android, is that I talked about connecting this USB microphone to my iPhone or my iPad. But apparently, when you're building the app, you have to actually make it so that it will recognize something that you're sticking into the Lightning port and use that as the microphone source. There are many apps that do that, like Hotjar Studio and some other apps, but Google Hangouts, they have not done that. So I plug in my nice USB microphone, and it doesn't recognize it. It uses the built-in mic in the device itself. So I wish they would do something about that. But apparently, it's not important.
It's strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, but now, Jeff, you're using your laptop, right, for this?
Yeah, I always do use my laptop, but I normally have a Logitech microphone. I mean, camera that I use that I on top of the, or sometimes I use a tripod with the Logitech camera. But I don't have the Logitech camera with me, so I'm just using the built-in what they call the FaceTime camera on the laptop.
Yeah.
But I always use this laptop when I'm recording a show, and recently I've been mostly using this particular setup, which is Audio Hijack, and it basically is a virtual mixer so that I can do stuff like, sound effects.
Soundboard. Yep.
Yeah.
Sound effects.
Yep.
Right.
Does the Google Hangouts not recognize it because it's the USB to Lightning, or would it be the same thing if you just used a Lightning mic?
It doesn't recognize any external microphones.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I guess if you plugged in something into the actual headphone jack, if it was that kind of an interface, then it would recognize it and probably use it. But I like to go using the Lightning port, which is a digital input, and it's just much higher quality.
Oh, yeah.
And it just doesn't. So when Rick uses his iPad, I bought a device for him to use called, let's say, IK Media, or IK Multimedia, something like that. It uses the iRig Pro, which is an interface that he can use and plugs into the headphone jack, but then he can use his USB mic plugged into with an XLR cable into the iRig Pro or iRig Pre setup. It uses a 9-volt battery and it works okay. The only downside to that is that he can't monitor, like with this ATR mic, you can plug in your earbuds and hear what you're sending, and for some reason with that setup, probably has to do with the fact that the interface goes through the headphone jack. You don't hear anything back. So it's like those earbuds that David's using right now. You can't hear yourself when you're talking, right, David?
That's correct, right? Yeah, I don't hear anything in the. It sounds, you got to get used to it, right? I guess you're hearing me, but I don't hear it back in the ear. Yes, exactly.
And so the downside is, and it's not a problem with you so far, but sometimes when people use earbuds, the microphone is like just rubbing up against their whatever they're wearing, their fabric or something, or clicking or whatever.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that kind of thing, or clicking.
Not that kind of thing.
Yeah, but they don't hear it, so they have no idea that they're sending that. So that's kind of a downside. That's why I like to have people that actually can hear what they're sending me, and Don't you agree, Nev? I mean, that's your world.
Yeah, that it's a really important thing because it's a bit like any vocalist really, or any voiceover guys or girls. You've got to hear what you sound like really, and it's very disconcerting not to. And certainly, there's a couple of things I've used in the past where I can't hear myself, and it's very odd. I mean, you can adapt to it, of course, but yeah, it's pretty difficult. And also in terms of microphone distance and you know, this kind of thing, just trying to optimize it. And of course, just as I switched this on earlier on, I had the mic round the wrong way, didn't I? Who's done that before? But it is an easy mistake to make because without the pop shield, it looks like that. And of course, there's only one way round that this mic really works. So, but yeah, there's a little silver disc on it which shows you which way around it should be. So.
So if you cover that up, you really have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. I did a whole piece into the Plain Talking UK once with it about 45 degrees off optimum.
It just shows that sometimes it's best to keep your muff uncovered.
Oh yeah, you're not joking, Mike. Absolutely.
Yeah, not in public though.
Let's yeah.
I learned that lesson the hard way.
Let's not do that. But so you're traveling quite light then, Jeff, with your rig, I guess, because you didn't expect to do a show. So
yeah, so I'm using this pilot bag or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And it's big enough basically for me to stick my laptop in. So imagine a 15-inch MacBook Pro. That's the size of this, the format of this bag. And then I have my headset, and but as I mentioned, I always carried this mic with me with the cables and stuff with it. So although I didn't remember to bring my earbuds, so I had to go across the way here to a CVS drugstore and buy a $17 pair of cheap earbuds.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have to, but I wanted to because I wanted to experiment with this. So,
how are these security guys with you taking all this stuff through normally, Jeff? Do you get much trouble?
Never had a problem. Occasionally they'll say karaoke, and I, instead of going, no, it's a podcast and everything, I just go,
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. The guys at Edinburgh Airport and Jersey Airport last week had a real problem with my Tascam DR40, just like your Zoom recorder. Yeah, they go, oh yeah, well we thought it was a scanner or something. I'm going, well, I took it out of the bag anyway, put it through. I didn't keep it in my bag. It says, you know, Tascam DR40 digital PCM recorder. It's not a scanner or anything like that. But
does it have the stereo mics?
Yeah.
So that looks like they almost like a taser.
Exactly. Yes.
We got some kind of weapon over here, Joe.
Actually, perhaps if I had said it was a taser, I'd go, oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, straight through.
Yeah. So Nev, let me ask you, what if it was a scanner? What's the problem?
No problem at all. The scanners aren't illegal in this country. I think there's a lot of difficulty. This is listening to ACC we're talking about, I guess. There's a lot of differences of opinion about how it works in this country. But I think it's not illegal to listen to it, but it is illegal to rebroadcast it. That kind of thing. There's a lot of the thing is, since those scanners were available many years ago now, 30 years ago, probably even more than that, there's been no real regulation on it. A bit like the whole drone thing. It's they've had to catch up with the technology a bit, really. But yeah, it's not normally a problem. I take a lot of stuff through, just like Jeff does. But I just take it out of my bag so they can see what it is, so they can put it through separately sometimes.
I never do that. It's all in this bag. And usually the pilot ahead of me or the flight attendant ahead of me, everything will go through. And then when it's about my range of bags, things stop.
Yeah.
And then I'll just usually look at them and say, I have a lot of electronic audio equipment in there. And then I go, oh, okay. And then they just keeps on moving.
Do you think you get slightly preferential treatment because you're a known crew member and you've registered for that as well?
I mean, I would imagine so. If it were, if I weren't in uniform, they'd probably be a little bit more suspicious, I guess, or careful, maybe not suspicious. But
Yeah.
the nice thing is most of the places I go now here in the U.S. Have known crew member stations where we go through and nothing gets scanned. You just give them a little card that has a barcode on it.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
a little scanner, and it pulls up your information on this little laptop computer, a mini laptop computer that they have. And what happens, it ties into the system called CAS, which I don't remember what that stands for. Here, let me look that up. CASS. And that basically is a database of people that have been vetted and are crew members. Let's see, it's not pulling up anything here. Airline. That helps. Cockpit Access Security System allows airline gate agents to quickly determine whether an airline pilot from a participating airline is authorized to access an aircraft's cockpit jump seat. Okay, so I think it's the same system that they use to verify. And what happens is your airline ID has a photo on it, and that same photo pops up on their little laptop and through their system. So they always match, and then they look at your ID, they scrutinize your ID very well, and then usually they let you go right through. Sometimes I don't know what the ratio is, but there's a certain number of people that go through, and then they have to send at random people through the regular screening. Just part of the control, part of this whole thing, I guess. So
Matthew Bunningframe asked if anybody's tried Bluetooth earbuds, and I've got a pair of those that I think I got on Amazon for $15. I don't really care for them, first because I don't like earbuds. They never fit my ear really well, and second of all, they're just not that great a sound. I really prefer cans like what Nev is wearing, or what I usually use. Right now I just have my speakers on, but the mic's working all right.
I do earbuds all the time. I don't mind the feeling of something inside my ear canal. Like, I know that some people just can't abide that kind of feeling. But I have this. I have a couple different sets of Bluetooth earbuds that I use that I think work very well. I think the only problem would be if you're doing something like we're doing right here. There is some latency with Bluetooth. They have to consider. So, you're hearing your voice or whatever's going on a couple or several milliseconds later. And as Nev knows, if you have any degree of, and you do too, Micah, because of radio, anytime you have a little bit of just even the tiniest bit of latency, that can really mess with your brain and your ability to talk coherently.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I can imagine that concentrating is so difficult. I know if I was hearing myself a few seconds after I speak, it would totally throw me for a
And it's
loop.
not even that much, David. It's like maybe a tenth of a second or even less than that. I don't know, maybe even a fraction of that. But it's just enough that all of a sudden you start talking like you're drunk because your brain is not in sync with going, wait a minute. I know that I'm supposed to be hearing something a certain way, and now I don't hear it. It's coming back, just that slight little bit of a delay.
You kind of slur your speech a little bit.
Yeah, you sound like you've been drinking. And I don't know, maybe if you drink a lot, that kind of compensates and you sound normal.
Or I just don't pay any attention to what I say, but nobody else.
I don't know if you noticed this, but sometimes some of my setups, some have a little bit more latency than others. On the show, if you're watching the video, sometimes I'll take one of my earbuds out. And the reason for that is I can hear myself in real time without the earbud in my right ear, but I can still hear whatever's going through the whole system. And that helps me not sound so stupid. Well, no, it doesn't always work.
Yeah, sometimes you can tune yourself into that, can't you? But yeah, it's very difficult to swap between the two. Definitely.
Yeah. What headphones do you have there, Nev?
These are some very old Bayer DT100s, the standard studio ones that most radio guys use, I think. and but I mean, they're very comfortable. But obviously they look a lot bigger than they are actually. But they're really good, especially for being in the studio. I also use them if I'm doing any outside work as well, so it obviously keeps the wind out. Yeah, I just bought some new Sennheiser earbuds at the weekend as well, which are really nice. That they go very deep inside your ear canal, which is probably medically not very good, but they do sound very good. But you've got to be careful with this stuff. You know, you can easily overdrive the levels into them if you're listening to a particularly nice piece of music, and you know that can do your hearing in very quickly. Especially when you get to a certain age, Jeff, when the high frequencies start disappearing, things like that.
High frequencies? What was that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Remember that show that I did? It was, I don't know, 100 or more episodes back. Somebody sent some feedback to me and said, "Hey, I noticed you're using a noise gate when the gate's open and you're talking. I hear this really high frequency sound." And I went, "Huh?" So I went back and I listened to it, and I'm thinking, I don't hear anything. And so I took that file, put it into Audition, and Adobe Audition has a spectral view where you can see the frequencies in a spectral display. And I saw this solid line up in the, I don't know, in the high teens of the frequency range, and I couldn't hear that at all. But clearly it was there, and somebody younger with better ears and could hear those frequencies could hear it, and it was very annoying. So I went through it and I stripped out that frequency band throughout the entire thing and re-uploaded the show.
Well, they used to make a ringtone. I think they called it Mosquito.
Yeah.
And it was one that was used in classrooms that kids could hear when they would get a phone call or a text message or whatever, but the teachers couldn't because it was a high frequency thing. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, if you go to that website, I think it's like mosquitoringtone.com or something like that. They basically have a kind of a test there, and you can see which frequency bands that you can hear. And I think my equivalent hearing is a 70-year-old, which is disconcerting.
Yeah, actually, anything after about 30 years old, that those high frequencies really drop off very quickly. And I remember when I was 30, I had my hearing measured, and I think maximum I could hear was about 12 kilohertz or something. And so, goodness only knows what it's like now. I've got a little tone generator here, so I can send 40 kilohertz out to annoy the cats and things like that. So. Yeah, it's no, it's, and I think the other thing is, people, you've got these limits on the iPhone now for level and that kind of stuff. I mean, the actual sound pressure level can be very high indeed, and our ears are pretty delicate things, and we take them so much for granted. And one of the guys that is a customer of mine, actually, he's a audiovisual manager for the Royal Society of Medicine. I'm doing an interview with him on Thursday, and he spent 25 years in this business and mixing live bands and all sorts of things. And he's got very bad tinnitus in one ear, and he's completely deaf in the other. And this is just long exposure to high sound pressure levels, and it's very damaging, certainly. And you can never get it back, of course.
Right. It's usually I was gonna say it's a one-way trip with your hearing, as far as I know. Just a super quick side note. My father, I'm glad he's still with us. He's 85. Mike has met him. His hearing is poor. I'm not saying in life he had any great exposure, but just with age, you can lose your hearing, and I could see it's such a big impact on his life that he just does not catch as many things. He's not as involved in conversations, and it's something that's pretty serious. Again. And it's his hearing aids, but those. So yeah, that's very important to take care of.
Yeah, so I think I have heredity that is going to hurt me, because everybody that I know that have made it to a certain age in my lineage have experienced hearing loss, and then of course the environment that I work in is just horrible for especially the upper frequencies. Here, I found something. Let's see if we can hear the 8 kilohertz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yay. Let me see. How about 10? I can hear that.
Yeah.
Probably not the best way to test this because we're on a internet hangout. Okay, here's 12. I can hear that.
There's lots of harmonics going on with that as well. It's not a
Yeah.
clear frequency, but anyway.
Right. So far I'm pleased. You know what? This doesn't sound like, this must be a different one, because when I was up in this range, I couldn't hear these. That was 14 kilohertz. Let me try 14.9. Nah, there's something wrong with this. I shouldn't be able to hear these.
Did you happen to catch this week's Leo Laporte show or any of it? He was
regarding what?
He was talking about, I can't remember whether it was Samsung or a new HTC phone.
HTC, yeah.
Yeah, that actually measures your hearing and adjusts the tone out of the speaker for you to be able to hear it best.
Yeah, I did hear him talking about it. And I think Samsung does something like it as well. Does some kind of a test and then adjusts the levels and the curves to make everything sound better.
Carlos is in the chat room. We should all say hello to him.
Hello, Carlos.
Yeah, hello, Carlos.
Join us if you want. There's a link somewhere there if you scroll up.
He's at work.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Scroll. Oh yeah, his happy half hour is almost over. I think he said.
Ah.
Oh yeah, because he's doing a late shift, so it's he's got another half an hour to go. Not his favourite shift, I don't think. This one.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Michael, what shift are you on?
I'm on my own shift. I'm a very shifty person.
That's right. Yes. I know. Hey, Mike, is your car getting us
actually
snowed in again tonight? Or
the car's doing fine with all the wind. There's hardly any snow on the car at all, so it's going to be great. Won't have any problem cleaning it off tomorrow. So far.
Very good. Yeah.
I was going to say, in terms of loss of hearing, one of my best friend's dads was a B-24 pilot in the war, and he has completely lost his hearing, mostly from that. And he's talked to other B-24 pilots, not spoken with, written to other B-24 pilots, and it's not unusual. It's from all that noise. And he was in the left seat, so his left ear was much worse than his right, but he's pretty much lost hearing in both ears.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Okay, I found a better one here. Let's see. This is 8.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
I can. Oh, that's bad. I don't think I can actually hear that one. I hear like a click.
No, I can hear that.
Okay, here's 10.
Yeah,
Okay, I can hear that one. Here's 12.
Yeah, can hear that.
I sort of can hear it. Okay, here's 14. I hear that.
You hear that?
You hear that one? I can't. It's
16,
15.
Yeah, as I said, I think it's picking up there's some definite harmonics.
Yeah, I can hear the harmonics.
So we can't actually hear the main frequency.
I can't really hear that actually frequency, but I can hear the harmonics.
Yeah.
Okay, these I can't hear at anything. Now that's 16. David, did you hear that one? Let me try it again.
To be honest, I wasn't listening.
Okay, what? Yeah,
Nope.
I don't hear it.
Is that 16?
That was 16 kilohertz. 30 years and younger can hear this. I'm not even going to try the one that's up here at 22. 18-year-olds and younger can hear the 22 kilohertz. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
blank look.
We can hear that, but it's not the primary frequency. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I do hear the harmonics as well,
Yeah.
which that's kind of not very.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I played the
scientific.
16 here, I couldn't hear it at all. So I suspect the harmonics that were coming through.
Yeah. Oh well. Hearing is a wonderful thing if you have it.
Interesting as well. I borrowed
what did you guys say?
Mrs.
Right.
Is this thing
Somebody
on?
talking here? Yeah, somebody talking.
I borrowed Mrs. Nev's noise cancelling headphones that I bought her a few years ago. Those Bose ones, which are really quite good. But again, you've got to be really careful with those. I mean, obviously they're great for flying with and that kind of thing, but you just have the level up way more than is necessary. And on a 3-4 hour flight, that's a lot of energy going into your your eardrums there, really. And
Really? So
yeah.
I thought the noise reduction allowed the levels to be lower than they would
Oh,
without it.
well, it does, but that doesn't prevent me from turning it up.
Oh, you crank it up anyway.
Louder than it should be, probably. Maybe to compensate for my bad hearing, possibly.
So what are you listening to?
Oh, just music usually. Oh, it's sort of, you know, R&B, that kind of thing. But yeah, I haven't been on any long flights for a while, but of course we've got one coming up in just a couple of months' time.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Really? Like where are you going to
go? Well, flying to Toronto and then driving down to Pittsburgh with Miss Liz.
What's going on there?
So some kind of minor event, I think. So
yeah.
Yeah, in 1972, I bought these Cos Pro 4AAs, and they destroyed my ears just perfectly. But then I found out that the right channel went out, and I found out that Cos warranties them forever, and I just mailed them back to them with a $9 check for shipping, and I got a brand new pair.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Very neat.
Wow. What's the brand on those?
Cos.
Cos. Oh yeah, hold those up again.
Sure.
I think I had a pair like
familiar
that.
to you.
That's a retro pair, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, I think I might have a pair of those somewhere that look just like that.
Yeah, and they have this place so you could attach a boom mic right here on that barrel. You can unscrew it and put a mic on there, and if you have them, if they don't work, send them right back to Cos with $9, and they will replace them for that. And I just got the brand new pair in the mail.
I bet that my pair somehow probably made it into the trash, which is a shame.
You've got a new pair of Bose aviation ones, haven't you, Jeff?
I do, yeah. The A20, the same pair that.
And is that a big improvement over the original ones that you?
I'll say the noise reduction capability is better. Of course, you know the ones that I was using originally, I've had for 16, almost 17 years.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, I hear that tone.
Yep, sorry.
That's a fax coming through.
I got a map here.
That's cool. Why? I need to turn my own volume down here because hang on. How do I do that? I'm getting more concerned about the high volumes.
See, I don't like listening to music on headphones. If I could avoid it, I would much rather listen on speakers than on phones. I just don't find it to be as real.
Yeah. What about those headphones that are planar?
Yeah, the open air kind of.
Yeah, magnetic planar.
They're better, but it still sounds like the music sounds like it's coming from inside your head as opposed to coming from around you. So it's not quite as real.
Yeah. It's it's hard to match like a real live concert, like a string quartet or quintet or even an orchestra. It's almost impossible to reproduce that.
Yeah.
Electronically.
Well, that's why it's so strange listening to music overall. I did that piece a long time ago for the Airplane Geeks because I attended a live concert and it was just beautiful. It had actually had me in tears because I was hearing all this great classical music played by instruments, and it was instruments that I was hearing, and there was no amplification, there was no speakers. And I kind of thought about that and how, many people don't know what music really sounds like. They only know what music sounds like through speakers. It's kind of an imitation of music. And it's with flying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. But the piece was about how it's the same thing with flying, and a lot of people, pilots don't necessarily know what flying is because they're not flying the aircraft; they're handling equipment that's flying the aircraft for them. It's a different feel.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that piece that you did. That was a good one. Very, very good points you made there. There's something about, like, especially some of the big stringed instruments like the cellos and the string bass, that there's something you feel that you don't necessarily hear. I don't know. It's hard to describe exactly.
Yeah,
what
obviously, yeah, absolutely, and a bit like a piano is a stringed instrument as well, isn't it? So
Yes, it is.
you get all kinds of again harmonics and different notes coming out when you press A on the keyboard or G or whatever it is, and that's if you're listening to those things live, particularly, in fact, only live, there's a dynamic range that no recording equipment yet has been able to reproduce properly, I don't think, and I don't think they ever will. It's not just the frequency range, but the everything about it is you could only really get the best out of it in a live situation. Yeah, no, it's a real treat. If you're listening to a string quartet or something in a confined space, it's absolutely fantastic. A lot of energy.
Well, that's what, I appreciate so much what you do when you're putting together, some of the theater stuff that, we talked about last week, because you're enhancing the sound, but you're not amplifying it. You're making it sound natural. That whole, all the electronics, when you do it right, disappear and you don't know that they're there. And that's what you need to do. And too many sound engineers don't understand that need.
What we're doing for a very large US company that we're working for at the moment in London, we're using the guys at Maya Sound, and we're actually creating an acoustic environment. So we're actually which ignores all the reverberation time and everything to do with the room that you are in, and it creates its own acoustic environment, which is odd to begin with, because in a room that holds 20 people, you would expect to have to raise your voice in order to speak to them. But actually, with some very clever mics and multiple speakers with built-in amplifiers, you can get a fantastic soundscape with it. And then you bring that up to a much bigger stage for things like the Cirque du Soleil shows, which I don't do, but people I know, engineers on those shows, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, the technology, of course, is better than it's ever been, but you really can't beat the live sound of normally stringed instruments, I would say. But yeah, and actually miking up a piano is acknowledged as one of the most difficult things to do. Not electric piano, a real piano. It's very, very difficult to do, and to get the accuracy from the sound as well. So but it's been many years since I've done that, I have to say. A long time ago.
So Jen asked a good question. She said she thought that the piano was a percussion instrument, and I'd say probably it's a hybrid. It is partly percussion.
It's probably more of a percussion instrument, Jen. Absolutely, yeah. So although yes, it's hammers hitting strings, isn't it? So yes, it's a percussion instrument. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and percussion, if he's using it as a woodwind, then he's playing it all wrong.
Well, yeah, he's sticking it somewhere where he shouldn't do. No change there then. So, but yes.
Got you there, Jeff.
Just imagining somebody blowing on a piano. I just can't really see that.
It's been a difficult enough day already in this other chat room.
I have to say, and I agree, Jennifer, she said that the FF chat room really, sometimes helps her get through a hard day. And I agree. I think having this group of close friends really is kind of nice. You can always go in there and hang out with people that you like. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's an amazing worldwide community that's really come about just right there in that chat room. And the whole reason that one happened is because you had a birthday.
Yeah. I'm glad that you created that. It was Micah. It's your fault.
It was my fault.
Right?
I got to take the blame for that. Yeah, I invited a couple of. I said, let's do something for Jeff's birthday. And I think, who was it? It was Nev and Steph, and I think Pip, and I can't remember who else. Just a few people, and then it just grew and grew and grew. Thank God it didn't grow that much when we put it together. Otherwise, Nev would have had a lot of editing to do. And he had enough as it was.
Yeah. I've got to buy a new hard disk for the computer to do all that. But yeah.
But Pip goes, "What? You don't blow a piano?" You'll have to send a picture, Pip, of how you do that, if you have figured that out.
Well, it depends, on how you pronounce, I guess, the player of a piano, and I'm just not going to go any further with that.
Okay, yeah, probably best we just stay away from that one. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
HR is in the chat room. Just to
Yeah,
remind
I want
everyone.
to be
So,
careful.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, thanks for. You guys can keep going if you want. I'm gonna. I just got a message from my first officer that said he was downstairs grabbing a bite to eat and a beer, and so I might need to reconnoiter. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Reconnoiter.
Just
With,
before you go, Jeff, it wasn't the your first officer in the room next door, was it?
No, it
last
was
night?
him. He was. He was on a different floor,
right,
but then he had to change his room because he said this is something he does all the time. I don't do it because I really don't want to know when I'm sleeping in, I guess.
Yeah.
But he always pulls his sheets back, and he found some body hair in the sheets, and he said, "Nope, not going to do that." So he got another room on a different floor, but I'm sure that it wasn't the room next to mine. So, yeah, I don't know who that person is, but I'm glad that I'm away from him.
That's so strange.
driving me nuts.
I hate it when you find things in a hotel, and sometimes you do, but it's so easy not to. Being a hotelier is not an easy thing to do, but there are certain things that are pretty simple. Like making sure the sheets are clean and changed.
Yeah. It could be like they thought, well, this person really didn't wrinkle the sheets very badly, so I'm just going to go ahead and remake the bed and
recycle it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see the temptation there. Yeah, that's fine. Nobody's going to notice. No bed bugs, Glenn. I've never experienced that, and I hope I never will. But we have had some properties that we had to leave because flight attendants or pilots have gotten bites. So there was a hotel in Buffalo that we used to stay in rather close to the airport, and several airlines put their crews there. I think I called the Millennium, I think. But somebody told me the reason why we left it was because there were several instances of people getting little bed bug bites. So anyway.
Yeah, nasty.
The hotel I'm in right now, Matthew Bunting-Frame, is the Sheraton in downtown Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. I used to stay right across the street at that Marriott, and that has a huge.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right out my window.
Yeah, it's got a huge lobby, and the whole lobby goes floor to ceiling, and it's all big balconies on the inside. I've always wanted to throw a paper airplane from the top.
I don't know if you can see the sign, but that's the Marriott right there.
Yep, I remember I can recognize the parking lot. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking out my window. I guess I need to hold my map.
Yeah, if it were
I'm looking
nice,
out my window at it, and looks like a nice hotel. They have a Champions bar or whatever over there that I sometimes go to if I don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
There's like one of those what do they call those, skyway walks between that building over there and this building. So you can
Oh yeah,
stay.
that's right. Because it's there used to be a little food court in the building you're in.
There's still that food court over there,
Yeah.
which was closed today for good reason. But yeah, the snow it's kind of like a really light, misty looking snow. It's not like heavy snowflakes, but it's going horizontally, not vertically. Out there.
Yeah, and down, if I remember correctly, it's down the street away from the highway. I think it's 1 or 2 blocks down, and then to the left, 1 or 2 blocks on the left side, there was this great little Italian restaurant that delivered pizza and full Italian meals and salads and stuff like that.
Yeah, Roses.
Yeah.
It's a family Italian restaurant. You just go to the east like a block, and then you right, and you go a few blocks down south. It's a good place. My favorite place is the Indian restaurant, which is instead of going to the right, you go to the left. You go north a few blocks. But I'm not going to go to the Indian restaurant in this weather.
Had you been to the
Probably
Student
not,
Prince
no.
there? It used to be
I have.
good. I don't know if it is anymore, but it used to be super.
I've gone twice, and maybe it was just what I was ordering. I don't remember what it was, but I wasn't really that impressed.
No, it's too bad.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
It's been years since I've been there, so certainly.
Maybe I just don't like German cuisine. That could be it. I don't know.
If you come up here next time you want to take a drive, we'll go up to Brunswick and go to Richard's. It's great German food. We'll find out.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I don't know if you guys want to hang here and continue the hangout or not.
Yeah, but are you around? You okay, Micah, for a few minutes?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Matt.
Oh,
all right, so I'm going to turn off my microphone, and then I'll just leave this thing going.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. Good to speak to you.
All right. Maybe you guys will still be here when I get back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure. Cool.
All right.
All righty. Take care. Have you got the snow then, Micah?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Wow.
We're in a blizzard. I'm going to actually in about 15 minutes. I gotta remember to go into the other room and set it to record the 6 o'clock news. In fact, let me do that now while I'm thinking about it. Hang on just a sec.
I'll look after the shop. Make sure the chat room behaves itself. It's been a very lively chat room, isn't it, folks? In the other chat room, it's. When this first started, by the way, I got to the point where I thought, this is just too much. I'm going to have to tune out of it. And then I think it was a few weeks ago. I thought, I'll just have a look at it and see what's going on. It has become quite addictive. Hasn't entirely taken over my life, but it's not far off it. Yes, I can tell you a quick joke, Pip, but it's not really a joke. But let's have a quick look, see what we've got. I've got to make it a clean one, I suppose. Otherwise, I'll get into trouble. But let's have a look at my extensive repertoire here. Actually, no, I haven't got one that's clean enough, folks. Sorry about that. I'll try and find one. I've got one or two puns here and there, I'm sure.
I don't think Ken Hoke was in here, Pip. I haven't seen him today, anyway.
Oh, the scariest place to go on safari, the Freddy Krueger National Park. A friend of mine asked the librarian if she was free this afternoon. She says she was all booked up.
Oh, thanks for adding that, Jeff. Now maybe Pip and Matt can join the chat. Oh, Glenn's there too. So, did you that theater that I saw?
Yeah, I'm going back there tomorrow. We've got a big meeting there tomorrow.
Now, where is that?
That's up in Roaster in Staffordshire. It's very near to a theme park called Alton Towers, which is one of our biggest theme parks here. Nothing like you get in the US, but for the UK, it's quite a big theme park. And the company, it's our equivalent of your Caterpillar, basically. This company is the third largest construction manufacturer in the world, and they've got a nice fleet of aircraft too. Actually, they have an aviation division, and I was lucky enough to go on their Falcon 2000 quite a long time ago. This was late 1999, and they were going to go. They wanted me to show them some stuff I'd done in France, some museum work, and I said to them, "Okay, well, I'll see you over there." And they went, "Oh, well, the trouble is we haven't got much in the way of budget, but we can take the executive jet if you like." And I went, "Well, if you're taking the executive jet, I'm coming with you." So I drove up there at 5:30 one morning, and we flew to Le Bourget from East Midlands Airport, not far from where Barbara lives. And so I got the jump seat between the two pilots. No passport, no boarding pass, no nothing, and it was fantastic. It's a face we recognise.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi Matt, you okay?
How are you?
Yeah, guys. Just I'm at work, so don't mind me. I work on my own in a shed full of boats and jet skis.
Oh, that's some nice gear there, Matt. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, PVs. I manage all of this gear for Surf Lifesaving Victoria. So I've got a couple of gigs to get ready for. So I'll be just doing that whilst talking to you guys.
Yeah, cool. Oh, nice one. What time is it with you, Matt? What time is it in the morning?
I'd be. What are we now? Coming up to 9 o'clock.
All right, yeah. You're 11 hours ahead of us, aren't you? Or where I'm at least. So.
So, yeah, it's a bit of an oddball thing for Jeff to throw this.
Well, he's a bit bored. You see, this is the trouble. He's had a whole day on his own. He's just fed up with the regular chat room, so we thought we'd do something a bit different. But Yeah,
Geez,
it's
imagine this 24-hour basis, people coming and going. It'd be crazy.
yes. That would be the other thing. But if the current chat room turned into something like this, no one would ever get any work done.
It's bad enough as it is, you know. What
Yeah.
was that film?
Yes.
24-Hour Party People. I can't remember who the star of that was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was. Oh, I
Uh,
can't remember. I can't remember. I know who you mean.
look
Though,
it up.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, crazy.
So I guess it's
Been
just
doing-
coming to the end of your summer now, isn't it? You're well into the autumn, I guess, Matt, where you are.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy though. It's I think I've mentioned it on the chat. It's a bit of an Indian summer.
Okay, nice.
It's crazy. This week's been high 20s Celsius. So, Mike could correct me if I'm wrong. Double and add 30 roughly. So,
28's about 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Let's find out. Hey Siri. 28 Celsius is what Fahrenheit?
Let me think. 28 degrees Celsius converts to about 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you are. I wasn't far off, was I? So.
That's
I
pretty good.
remember when I went to the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne in 2003 and 2004, the weather just turned actually. And yeah, it was kind of late teens, 18, 19 degrees, quite a lot of weather about as well, which was a shame because the week before it had been 25 degrees and the sun was out. But I guess towards the end of March, you're going to get that, aren't you? Quite often.
You're going to get a bit of a change in the weather.
Yeah.
I mean, Glenn's been copping a fair bit of wind over in Wellington, so it's kind of weird. It's unseasonal in that all the rain that Sydney's been getting should be coming down our way, but poor Ray's been copping that. So I'm not complaining, but it's quite unseasonal. I mean, that's why I was thinking. Obviously, it's weather's such a global phenomenon and affected in both northern and southern hemispheres. It's just one of those seasonal things. I think that we haven't quite got a handle on, and it's on a scale that we don't quite get yet. So
yeah,
all the modeling's just part of trying to understand it, and that's why they get it wrong, because it's just a bigger scale than what we're used to in terms of dealing with in human scales. So.
Sure. And of course, actually, from the meteorological point of view, and weather forecasting generally, we've got the best technology we've ever had, and they still get it wrong. And because it's obviously so unpredictable, very often there's obviously weather patterns that do form, but you never quite know what you're going to get, do you?
Exactly. So, Nev, you've been. You mentioned that you've got a bit of driving this week.
Yeah, just tomorrow. I've just got about a 400-kilometer round trip tomorrow up to the Midlands here for one of our construction people that we work for, excavators and that kind of thing. They've got their own theatre. They've been a customer of mine for a very long time now, and so we supply a lot of their stuff up there. They do big live events. They drive tractors onto the stage and smoke and flames and effects, that kind of thing. Really interesting client to work with, and it's also still a family-owned company as well, which is quite interesting. So really nice. But they're the third largest manufacturer of construction equipment in the world now. Very big.
Well, I mean, we've got people, referring to a heavy piece of equipment by those three letters, you're doing well.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and it's even in the dictionary as well. They got it in the Oxford English Dictionary too. So,
No Simpson. Nothing referring to any Simpson episodes or anything like
no.
that.
Exactly. Yes. Oh dear. But thanks for tuning in, Matt. That's great. Really good. Thank you.
Yeah. No, thanks for letting me in. I didn't know whether my humour was a bit of a would prevent that.
I think this is great. Look at this. We're finally talking. It's like, it's so unbelievable. We've been texting to each other, on and off for a long time. But it's like, hey, Matt, nice to meet you. It's just unbelievable.
I love what you do. Your with your pieces, just your turn of phrase is just. It's I know a bit of a pat on the chest, but you've definitely got a style that's that does every story justice. So
Yeah, well, thank
you
you.
do well with it. It's really nice to hear it these days. I mean, you hear a lot of things out there, but you don't hear anything of any kind of quality. Well, not taking it away from anyone's efforts or anything, and everyone has a style, but yours is a particular one that is a very, very nice style.
Well, thanks. You know,
Very
the whole
nice.
idea is to try to put, I guess, feelings to things when it comes right down to it.
Yep.
Because aircraft are things, and what's strange is that we all, as av geeks that we all have feelings for that stuff, but not everybody quite understands that. So I try to, I guess, come up with a way to explain those feelings to people that wouldn't necessarily get it under other circumstances. So, you know, you guys get it because you all feel the same stuff that I'm feeling, but people that may not ever, you know, have that same affection for aircraft and flying and stuff can hear it and can then also maybe say, oh, okay, there's something there. So.
And also, I mean, you take a lot of trouble in the writing of it as well, don't you, Mike? And I'm sure that sometimes when you write these things and it looks great on the page, and then you go and say it, and you go, it's just not quite right. And it's amazing, isn't it? How the difference between the written word and actually saying it. It can be very, very different. So I know you put a lot of effort into that, don't you?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you got to. The whole point is that, you know, we're doing this as oral communication, and we're also doing it an oral both ways in terms of me speaking it and oral you hearing it. So yeah, after it's written and I have the thoughts down, then I have to rework it to say it. So because it's very.
Is it? Sorry, Mike. Is it often a case of, you know, you do it and you do it one time, then you go away and you ponder it and you sleep and you think to yourself, maybe I'll try it a slightly different way, or, you know, just a slow, let's call it a slow puzzle or something like that, for a better phrase.
Yeah, that's often the way it happens. The one that we were talking about last night that I just sent in to Jeff, the idea's been in my head, you know, on and off for about a year, and I wrote it down and did a little bit of work on it, and then came back to it and didn't quite like it, and then came back to it again, and then finally sort of pushed it through. And as I said in the chat room, you guys also, so I'll say it again. It felt, I'm happy with it. It's okay, but it feels a bit forced. You know, that I forced it through. It doesn't feel as natural as some of the others to me. But that's what it feels like to me. I'll be curious to excuse me. That's my ringtone.
Was that the burger you had last night, Mike?
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, we'll see how it. You know how it appears to you guys when you hear it. I'll be curious about that. But yeah, that ringtone is the monitor radio beacon. It was NBC did a coast-to-coast radio show back in the late 50s and early 60s called Monitor Radio, and it was the first coast-to-coast radio show that was done over satellites. And that was the monitor beacon that they played, and it was this really high-tech tone that was used whenever they would, you know, say you're listening to monitor radio. And I found it and liked it so much because radio has always meant so much to me that I used it as my ringtone. And it's very unique because nobody else has any idea what it is, and certainly nobody else will have that as a ringtone. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Dave, have you got tomorrow off as well?
Hey, Matt, how you doing? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Have you got tomorrow off as well now, or you just got today?
Nope, just today. I think we'll be good to go for tomorrow. Just go out and clean my car off, and as I think we discussed a little earlier online that you were probably still sleeping or something, but the storm did not hit New York at all as bad as forecast, and Jeff got hit worse in Hartford. So yeah, we'll be good to go tomorrow, and quite enjoyed the day off. But thanks for asking, and if I may just say something here. Don't you feel? I think Nev was touching on it, and Micah too. It's just I've said it before, but I just feel consumed, but in a good way, about this community. You know how we've just kind of exploded, and again, not a bad way, a good way. How just we're all communicating so well in the chat room. Now in the this live hangout, and just in general, it's just fantastic. It's like we know each other, and so few of us have really met each other in person, just here and there. So I think it's great.
It's sort of like that old pen pal kind of thing, but in the 21st century version. And you just move on to that next stage of, you see a face in that workplace selfie kind of deal, and then you go, oh yeah. And then it's just like, what's their voice sound like? And then you get something like this, and you put it all together, and you start to create a bit of a profile in your mind. And then when you start for me anyway, when you start reading stuff on the BFF, you can start hearing people's voices to the words, and it's like, oh yeah, everyone's around. And
I've given up trying to explain some of this to my work colleagues because they just think it's you do what? How, really? And I do concede it may be a bit odd to some people, but they do come back and ask me, are you still doing that stuff?
How much is that? How much of it does Sue really get? Because I mean, Sue understands it better than anyone because she's met a lot of us, and we've met her, and she sees you doing it. How much does she really get versus how much of it is the joke that you make about her not getting it?
I'm just looking at the clock, and she's gone to bed, so we're okay. It's past the 10 o'clock watershed, so we can talk about it. Yeah, I mean, well, firstly, she doesn't really do social media. She doesn't understand it. She thinks it's rather superficial. I am more than addicted to it, and not in a good way. I don't think. I'll probably overuse it, but I do use it a lot for work. It is quite effective for work, but of course, you do need some separation between work and personal kind of social media. And then of course this is an extension of that. This all of this wouldn't have started without Jeff's podcast, without Carlos and Matt's and Pip's podcast. So so between all of them, but obviously mainly Jeff, he has developed a community which he, as you may have noticed, doesn't always take the credit for, but he should. No, from Sue's point of view, I don't think I think she's pleased for me in the sense that I'm not getting into any trouble usually, that kind of thing. There's Pip in bed. That's nice.
Oh yes. Hello, Pip.
Hey, Pip. Can you hear us?
In the sense that
he's got the
delay on. He's got the audio on.
Yeah, he's got the audio on for the YouTube and not the audio on for the Google Hangout. So he's just got to catch up.
He just muted us here for now.
I was going to say,
muted himself.
This is. I think this is beyond social media because there's social media, and then what we're doing here. And I'm sorry, I just hit my microphone because I talk with my hands. But I think it's beyond social media because I think we become more. More friends, and some of us, we've had the fortune of being able to meet in real life, and there's a definite feeling of camaraderie there. I mean, I'm very, very fortunate to have met, you, Nev, and David, and Pip, and Jeff, and and Steph. And a bunch of us have met each other. Haven't met Matt yet, but I feel like I know him. So I think that it's just beyond just what social media normally is because you don't necessarily always know those people. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So, hey, Pip, your mic is muted.
We can see you, Pip, but we can't hear you. And we think that you're listening to the YouTube audio as opposed to the Hangouts audio, which is giving you some lag.
Oh,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. That is 100% improvement.
Well, how about that then?
Yeah.
It's technology for you. The
video is a little bit off.
So are you in Lisbon now?
I'm in Lisbon. Yeah, beautiful Lisbon. How is everyone?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, you're talking to all four corners of the globe here, I think, just about, aren't you?
Yeah,
with where everybody is. So
might I say that you looked amazing as an Indian Maharaja?
It suited me.
Oh, right.
I think I should wear that more often.
Yeah, I think you should fly in it. I think that your passengers would appreciate it.
I really think they would. Yeah.
How are you feeling now, Pip? Are you recovered from your night out?
Say again.
Have you recovered from your Indian night out? The next day, you're a little bit. The genie was out of the bottle.
Yeah, that was not a good day on whatever it was, Sunday. Oh man, I'm really not a big drinker at all, and those few occasions I do have a couple too many. Oof, it takes me a while to recover. So the whole of Sunday was unpleasant, to say the least. So no more drinking for me until at least next weekend.
Till the next time.
Yeah, until the next time.
How long are you in Lisbon for, Pip?
At least until tomorrow. I'm here for a safety meeting. I'm on the safety board, and we have a meeting every 6 months. So I'm here for that. That was all today and half of tomorrow, and then after that, I don't know. I'll see what they do with me. Last time I was here, they just left me here for the rest of the week to amuse myself. I kind of like to go flying. Actually, I've not flown much these past few weeks or months. It'd be nice to get up and.
Sorry, Matt, I interrupted you, I think, or David.
Oh, no, we covered off on everything. It's all good. Yeah.
So, Pip, your stint in Columbus is going to be in June, not May?
Yeah, the June is planned for. So I think traveling out on about the 4th of June and coming home around about the 26th. But until, I'm on the plane heading across the Atlantic, anything can happen.
It would just be so nice if it were about a month earlier.
Yeah, I know. And I'll get my roster tomorrow, actually, for May. But my wife's 40th is that weekend.
Oh, come on. She's way too young to be that age.
Yeah, well, I did subtly broach the topic the other day. I think I said something like, how would it be if I went to Pittsburgh for your birthday?
Oh.
But no, that's not
epic fail.
No, it's not looking good for Pittsburgh, I'm afraid.
See, I think it would be perfect if both you and Karen came to Pittsburgh and then bring Gemma along with Carlos, and then Karen and Gemma can go shopping while we do what we're going to do. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. Unfortunately, my missus is not a good flyer at all. She doesn't enjoy it. And she likes the air shows, but no, I don't think I could get her across the Atlantic without reason.
You ever been here, Pip, to the States?
Yeah, we went to Florida. She's been a couple of times. We went to Florida. Oh, it was a long time ago, actually, now that I think.
Oh, yeah.
If we were heading somewhere hot and sunny, then she's on board. But for an air show, I don't see it happening.
Well, and she is coming in August, right? Isn't that when you're coming back this way?
Yeah, that's for the Disney thing. Again, so that's a hot and sunny holiday. You can, she's all right. She has a couple of drinks and she takes some. My mum's a nurse and she steals some stuff. What's it called?
Xanax?
Something like Valium. It's
Xanax?
No.
Ambien or
no, not Ambien. I forget what it's called. But she pops a couple of those, and it kind of chills her out for a few hours. Oh, what's that stuff called?
Valium.
Yeah, it's a Valium-like drug.
Ativan, Librium. I know them all.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Show us the medicine.
All them. Yeah, see behind the Micah there. That's
yeah. Which one do you want?
Stuff.
I'll go get them.
Mail it over to you. Yeah.
So listen, I think the only people in the chat room who are not on this call is Jen
and Glenn.
And Glenn, come on, guys, click the link.
Yeah, Glenn's got some camera issue, I think.
Yeah, Glenn.
He said.
Steph was going out to dinner. We know that. And,
yeah, Steph's on a hot date.
Right.
Should be going to the States in around August time or something?
Yeah, so just telling Micah, I'm there for most of June, and then we're back, and that's on business, and then we're back in August for our 2 weeks of Disney, and then we're heading up into the Georgia, South Carolina area to watch the eclipse on the 21st of August.
Yeah, I remember you read because if you're in, I'm in just up the road from you in August, and around Hendersonville, just north of Greenville, Spartanburg area. So,
okay.
I mean that's not far away.
Well, I did email Jeff a couple of weeks back. He's not replied yet, but I broached the topic of possibly a big APG stroke eclipse.
Can you hear me?
On the 21st.
21st of August.
Yeah, the 20th or the 21st of August, a big meetup in that general, I don't know, we'd have to pick an area, maybe in the Smoky Mountains National Park We can do a big meetup, perhaps the evening of the 21st after the eclipse.
Yep. I fly back out on the 22nd.
Yeah, me too. Out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm out of Asheville.
Asheville,
Chicago, LAX, Melbourne, non-stop with 2 kids.
Yeah. Now I know Mike Carroll's is going to be up there for the eclipse, and I'm sure Steph will be in the area as well. So I think a meeting is a good idea. Yeah.
Passive social pressure. Make it
Yeah,
happen.
Micah, would you come down for that?
I'd love to, but don't think I'll be able to with the other travel dates that I have planned.
Okay. That's a shame. But so you're not going to see the eclipse, Micah?
No, probably not. No, because
that is a great shame.
Yeah, I've seen them before, but I'm going to end up missing this one. I mean, it's a pretty great distance. It's a good 1,200 miles more or less for me to get down there. I'm just not sure I can find flights right now.
Okay.
Does anyone got
But the
excess
good news
frequent
is, Pip, that in June you should be able to have lunch with Jennifer about at least once a week.
Yeah, we're teeing something up. I'll certainly meet up with Jen if she likes. I'm hoping for a nice tour of a medium-sized airport in the Ohio area.
There's our friend from down there.
Hi, Glenn. How you doing?
Hello. Hey, I'm here. Yes. I got the camera working. It seems to be working out good.
That's good. Good to see you.
Indeed.
If you'll excuse me for a minute, I need to make a call back. Let me see if I can do this.
You can just touch the screen and mute it like a sync or something. Go ahead.
What is it you do? You do a lot of stuff. I see you take photos in like military, offices and stuff like that.
Who? Who are you talking to?
You.
Me. Well, in air shows, I mean, that's where most of my photographs are done. I used to work for defense a while back, and I do a bit of stuff for the Army Reserve sometimes. But mostly air shows is where I take most of my photographs, yeah.
Yeah. You're just in Tawa, aren't you? On the
Just north of Wellington, yes.
Coast.
That's right.
Yeah, I've been through there numerous times. My best mate lives in Paikakariki.
Oh, yes, I know it well. Yeah, there's some good hikes around the area.
Yeah, there are. Sorry, a bit of a geography lesson for everyone else, but it's a beautiful part of the world where Glenn lives.
Yes.
It's stunning.
I should pull that. Got too much background light here. I'll just pull the curtain.
You just want to do an engine on the back of a boat.
Oh, that's better.
So what's the weather like today, Glenn? Is it all good where you are?
Yeah, it's pretty windy again and cloudy. So better than yesterday. We had quite a lot of rain yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, we've just got some, it's gone very mild here in the UK. It's sort of 15, 16 degrees. And, all that weather that's over in the northeast of the US at the moment is coming in our direction. Although by the time we get it, it won't be as bad, but it'll be very windy by the end of the week, I think, once all that snow's come across, and big old jet stream, I think. So, yes, it will be definitely very blowy by the weekend, I would imagine here.
Glenn, it's great to finally see you live.
Indeed, yes.
It's a pleasure.
Indeed.
Pleasure. I'll see you in person in July. We're going to Oshkosh.
Oh, yes.
So I'll meet up with him there a couple times.
Yeah.
He's an Oshkosh expert.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is my 6th year.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, I come halfway.
6 in a row, right, Glenn?
Yes. Yeah, it's a place you just can't stay away from once you start going there, you just can't stop. It's just, amazing place. Some of my best photographs, to be sure.
So where do you fly into when you?
It varies. I always like to fly somewhere different. I mean, this year I'm flying into Los Angeles and then flying to Atlanta to go to visit the Delta Museum in Atlanta. Maybe see Miami Rick and maybe even dispatch a mic as well while I'm there. That is like middle of July, and I'm hoping to drive to Dayton, Ohio, and visit the Air Force Museum, and then from there, people we drive to Oshkosh and start camping.
Yeah, what's the camping like there, Glenn? Have you
Pretty
got can you just sort of rock up, or do you have to book something, or how does it work?
You book in advance, but then we have a thing called Camp Bacon, where the guy he lives locally, and he like pitches out spaces for us all, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every year. I mean, the first year I went, I think it's like 7 or 8 people.
Yes.
Now I'd probably say it's close to like 80 or 90 people, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no kidding. It's huge.
I mean,
Yeah,
David
yeah.
knows Larry Overstreet.
Yeah, I know Larry. Sure.
He's we call him the mayor of Camp Bacon, and we're even
Absolutely
on
is,
Google.
right? Yeah.
We're even got a spot on Apple Maps now too. So if you look at Oshkosh and look, and you just like look, and the thing on this is Camp Bacon. So,
right.
So it's a place that only exists for a couple.
Crispy bacon.
Well, it was started by a guy called Mart who doesn't do it anymore. He had a bit of an argument with someone and decided to go off and do his own thing. So Larry just carried on doing it, and like I say, it's getting bigger every year. We've got a Facebook page, and yeah, every year everyone wants to come. We have the most pretty bigger parties. I mean, we sometimes have like, I don't know, maybe 200 people to turn up to just to hang out with us in the evening sometimes. It's just bigger. I mean, 500,000 people come up to Oshkosh, so it's like me and 500,000 like new friends, and something like 10,000 aircraft, I think, or something.
Wow, absolutely incredible, isn't it? The organisation of that show must be unbelievable. From everything from the safety point of view, but you know the crowd situation, catering, absolutely everything.
Oh yeah, the safety thing is good because there's no fences. There is no fences anywhere on the site, so you can walk right up as close as you want to all the aircraft, and the flight line is just like a white line, and all you have to do is basically stay behind the white line, and there's constant stream of volunteers who will go up and down, walk up and down, or ride up and down on scooters, making sure people stay safe. And it's good because you don't have fencing in the way. Whereas every air show I go to here, it's fences everywhere, and don't go here, don't go there, because there's a fence. But a bit of common sense and a few Civil Air Patrol people.
Yeah.
So it's just off-putting watching Matt moving around.
Sorry, guys. I had a guy come to pick up about 30 high radios, UHF radios. So just had to help him out to his van with them. Sorry about the being off-putting.
Yeah, you got to do some work, haven't you? So.
Dude.
Hey, I've got a dust off the check.
Well, guys, I've got to go now because I've got an early start tomorrow. So been great to chat to everybody again.
Yes,
and,
for sure.
Yeah, nice to meet a few of you in person, as it were. So yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, folks. Well, I shall see you again soon. Yeah. Take care. See you guys.
See you later.
Cheers, Deb.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Pip.
Yeah.
See you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
So,
God, he's gone.
Yeah, who is that guy? He just keeps cropping up.
Come again, Matt?
I said the bloody moderator. Nev.
Oh,
Nev the moderator.
already, yeah. Well, I think Jeff's really the moderator, but he's gone, right? Or I don't know if that matters on these
No.
hangouts.
Pip, you played that riff really well the other night.
I don't want to tell you how many takes I took before I put it on.
All right. If you're up in the around the Smokies or whatever, and you come around my dad's place, we've got a studio upstairs with a number of guitars. You can have a play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Overlooks a mountain lake.
Oh, beautiful.
Lake Summit in Tuxedo, North Carolina.
Yeah, nice.
Surrounded by summer camps. It's unreal. So much fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to get up there. It's such a beautiful neck of the woods.
Yep.
It's a classic.
So I got a question for. I'm using an iPad, but so I'm in this Hangouts as we all are, and I'm only seeing right now. I'm just seeing Matt move around, but that's because I kind of chose him, because he was speaking, and everyone else is frozen. Now, does anyone have any ideas about that, or are you using laptops, or what devices are you all using?
I'm on my MacBook, but I didn't realize you can choose which person to look at. I thought whoever's talking comes up on the screen. Is that not the case for everyone else then?
For me, I'm on I can touch my screen and touch each person. So like right now, you're not moving, Pip, but where if you speak, that your voice, your picture becomes like the main picture. No. Yeah, I think I'm using an app with the iPad called Hangout, so it might be different with different devices or different bandwidths. I don't. So how is it working for you?
I just see who's ever's talking. So right now I'm looking at you. Now I'm looking at me. That's much nicer.
Right, sure.
Oh, now I'm looking at you again.
No, I'll stop talking.
No, only kidding.
I'm on a PC. I'm using Chrome, and I can see everyone along the bottom in little boxes. But then when someone talks or something, then I can see. Actually, I can't see myself, but I can see the roof of Matt's building. So.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to move
And Matt's gone off again. Oh no, he's back again.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm trying to move a boat.
Yes, I can see that.
On my own.
Yeah, boy, he can multitask. I'd be useless at doing that.
So yeah, I see David and then see Matt again, and it swaps around. Even though I'm talking myself, I don't see myself. I just see everyone else.
Should we try and get Ray in on from BFF?
I don't know how we can do that. Well, if you're using the chat room, if it's in the BFF chat room, we'll have a. Oh no.
Yeah, I'll just quickly do this.
So anyway, yeah. So I'm using a different device for the chat room now. I'm using an iPhone for seeing you guys.
Yeah.
And I probably should get myself a laptop. I don't own any. So
I couldn't get it to work on my iPad. Actually, it's the first thing I used, but it wouldn't work.
That was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Pip, do you have the app called Hangouts?
Yeah, it eventually downloaded, but then I couldn't sign in, and it was just too much hassle.
Right, exactly.
It seemed to work okay.
Yeah, because I'm there for the first time, and after the sign-in process, it seemed to. Then I clicked on the link in Jeff's YouTube, and it said, "Do you want to join the call?" And it seemed to work. And unfortunately, they let me in. So that's what happens. Right.
Now I'm seeing a lot of boats. What's going on over there?
Yeah, that's
rescue boat.
Now I'm seeing Matt again.
Hey, David, are you going to be coming back down to DC this year?
Oh, Mike has been.
Hi, Micah. Let's see. We plan to. There's no definites, but a couple of days off from work and come down, because I tell you, that was such a fun event.
That was.
It's great. And I know you've gone quite a few years now, right, Micah? About 3 or 4 times at least.
I've been part of the podcast for 2 years now, and this will be my third. But I was there one other time. I was there the first time they did it. So.
Yeah. I tell you, it's great. I mean, it's Brian came last year. Didn't he just come for? Did he just come for that event, or no?
Yep.
He did something else? Oh.
No, he just came for that, and I don't know if he's going to be able to come this year. He's trying to work that through. Tomorrow he leaves for Singapore for a few days.
Right.
And but so anyway, I'm hoping that.
I hope to come. Yeah. Mike, I was just going to ask you. So, do I have this correct that Rob, Mark, and Max have the same birthday?
I don't
Does that
think
sound
so.
right or not? No, you don't think so?
I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe
I know that Rob's.
No, maybe not.
Rob's birthday was just the other day.
It wasn't.
and Max Trescott's was a few weeks before, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I have Max Trescott's on my phone.
No, I meant Max Flight, but I guess not because you would know that.
No, I don't know Max Flight's birthday.
No.
I don't think.
Okay.
Let me check that too.
Michael, when's yours?
I'm in August. I'm an August guy.
You're a Leo.
I was born in August, but just a few days and 20 years before Carlos.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, no, disregard. I may just have thought of. I don't know why I brought that up. I thought in the Slack chat room, I thought Max had mentioned his birthday or something, and then it happened to be Rob Mark's birthday. But
yeah, Rob's birthday
again,
was Sunday.
the 12th,
And
right? 12th.
Rob's was the 12th, and let me see. And Brian's was last month, and that's all I got.
Okay, gotcha. And David, Mike, have you had a chance to talk to David at all? Anything?
No,
No.
I put a card in the mail the other day, but that's about it. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah, sure. No, makes sense. It's just, I don't know if you all heard David's father passed away, David Vanderhoof, from the Airplane Geeks podcast.
Yes, I saw that. Very sad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pip. David Vanderhoof, from the Airplane Geeks podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, his father passed away.
His father. Sorry, I thought you said David passed away.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, David's father.
All right, that's too bad.
Yeah. I guess he's been going through a lot with that. But
Yeah, he had been sick for quite a while, hasn't he? There was a lot of
and it just happened after David is just recovering from illness that he had, so it was a very difficult time for a while. So
right, yeah. I'll tell you. I mean, I know we're speaking about David when he's not here. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but I'm only going to speak positively, of course. But I'm thinking what he goes through personally, and he's able to even just do the UAV Digest podcast. He's very consistently there, and he's got his job, and it's very impressive to me what he can do. Reference, so I think that's very admirable.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my 2 cents there.
No, it's very true. He's nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah. Again, a great, just like Captain Jeff, that podcast. Great. Like I said, that's how I found out about you, Micah.
So you got someone to blame.
What was that? I got someone to blame.
You got someone to blame then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pip, have you ever been flying with Isaac and Hazel? How do they have they been flying? Do they enjoy it?
Yeah, I've been flying. You mean in like a light aircraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up with Isaac a while ago. He loved it. Of course he would. But then kids have no idea of danger or risk. In fact, I sent Isaac up in a glider on his own with an instructor. And I must say, in hindsight, that was probably not the wisest thing to have done, but it all went okay, and he loved that as well. Absolutely loved that.
That's great.
Yeah, but not Hazel. She's not quite as. One day, in fact, I've been giving a lot of thought recently to getting my single engine rating back and current again, and hiring a light aircraft and taking the kids.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? How much would it take for you to be able to get that back? I don't mean price wise. I'm just talking about what it entails.
Well, because I've not flown a single engine piston for probably at least 10 years. I would need to probably do a few hours refresher training and have to do a test, an exam, a flying test with a CAA examiner. So I probably 3 or 4 hours worth of flying, and so not a great deal of effort, but price-wise, flying over here is nowhere near as cheap as it is in the part of the world.
I was going to say, is it something you could do over here while you were here in August?
Yeah, I thought about it actually, Mike. I have thought about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time, and I do, in fact, have an APPL sitting around somewhere that I've never used. So if I get time, I'd like to do it. But yeah, I'd really like to get back into it anyway, just to be able to share that part of my life with the kids. It'd be great to take them up and go flying.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be great if you could establish some kind of relationship with an FBO that has, some CFIs while you're in Ohio? And
funny you should say that. I got an email from who is it from? I'll tell you who it's from. It was from a chap. Let me pull up my emails. From a chap called.
Or the other thing is, I'll talk out loud while you're looking, that maybe even if you put it out on PTUK or maybe on APG, that you were thinking about doing that, and maybe there's a CFI that might just be around and be able to work with you on that personally while you were there over the weekends.
Yeah. I got an email from a guy called Robert Hoffman, who works for a company called Fly Otto.
Oh yeah. I know what Fly Otto is. He was on.
I know Fly Otto.
They were on the Airplane Geeks.
Yeah, sister company Open Airplane. Paraphrase. But anyway, he said they've got a bunch of aircraft for rental, and if I'm interested, he can certainly offer a discount and an instructor. So that's a really generous offer. So if I get time, I'd love to take him up on that. Yeah,
he did 2 shows with the airline, the airplane on Fly Otto and on Open Airplane. The Open Airplane concept is wonderful. It sets things up so you can, go into any airport and pretty much have a rental already with already being checked out. So that would be super, and it would also make a great podcast too.
Yeah, I'd love to do it. We'll see how it goes. I've got a funny feeling though, Disney and the kids' appetite for all things Disney is going to eat up a lot of our time. But we'll see. But maybe when I go back the first time when I'm there in June, I don't suppose I'll have too much time with the training and everything, but perhaps there might be a chance to do a couple of hours then. I'm not sure.
And then would the PPL translate over into what you would need over in the UK?
I'm sure there's a way to do it, yeah. I'm sure.
Hello, Fabian. Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
Hey, Fabian.
Hi, Fabian.
We cannot hear you.
He's probably still talking in YouTube or something.
You may have to go up to settings, up on top, run your cursor up to the top of the screen, and settings should come up, and see if your microphone is muted or if it's on there, or click the little settings icon gear, and then you can choose a microphone. I don't know if that helps.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good. I think the PPL, the European one, translates easily to an FAA one if you you need to send your papers to an FAA near where you're gonna be, and they will well, you need an FAA medical, of course, but they will hand you an FAA license, PPL license, which is valid until as long as your EASA license is valid.
Yeah. Well,
that's
like
what
I said
from
earlier,
Lufthansa cargo captain.
Maybe you missed it. I already have an FAA PPL that I got about 12 years ago.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I think that's, if I understand the FAA system right, I think that's kind of valid for life, and you just have to do a couple of hours with an instructor or an examiner to kind of reactivate it again.
Is it not active because your European PPL is active? Or is your PPL not active anymore?
No. Like I said, I've not flown a single engine piston in well over 10 years. So my European license, I mean, I have the license, but it's not current or valid in any way.
Yes. Are you planning on taking your kids up for the eclipse itself, or just another time?
Well, that's my backup plan. You know, if we get there and it turns out to be cloudy on the day, then I'd like to, you know, jump in with an instructor, have an instructor take us up, and we'll watch the eclipse if we can get above the clouds from a light aircraft.
That would be cool too.
That would be awesome. I'd hate to go all the way there and not see the eclipse.
Or maybe if Steph can get the twins, she can be your pilot.
Oh, now wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be super?
Hello, Fabian. Nice to finally talk to you, sir.
Same here.
Where are you, Fabian?
Kind of late for you,
I'm
Fabian.
at my little flat in the town where I go to flight school. Right now we have days off because theory class is done, and I'm preparing for my EASA ATPL exam in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Whereabouts in Germany is that?
Mönchengladbach, just near Düsseldorf and Cologne.
Uh-huh.
So the train to Düsseldorf or Cologne is just an hour to get to the airport. So not too far.
Yeah, I like Düsseldorf. It's a nice city.
Yes, it is.
Jen just said in the chat room, it's very cool to see Fabian. I was just gonna say that, you know, after all the correspondence and all the email that we've done and all the chatting that we've done, Fabian, it's so nice to finally sort of see you, not quite face to face, but at least camera to camera.
Yeah, it's true. Yes, great medium, the internet.
It really is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Fabian, are you ready for the exams?
Well, more or less, I think. Most subjects I got quite good down, I think, and I got a little over, well, not quite 2 weeks left, so I think I should be good by then.
And what are you doing? You're going to do all 14 in one go, or are you going to?
Yes, all 14 in one go. It's 3 days, 8 to 4 p.m. every day, and well, all 14 subjects one go.
Jeez, that's insane. Is that what they do now? Because when back in the day when I did it, you did 7 or maybe 8, and then the other 7, like 6.
Well, you couldn't do that in Germany until a few years ago, but you can now. But no, I'm not going to do it. I hope to start flying my CPL lessons the Monday after.
Raises some serious concerns. The GOP opposition to the GOP
Yep.
plan mounted.
I think that's James Bach who has muted something.
The party's Obamacare replacement bill.
James, if you can hear us, you have something going in the background that's coming through the mic.
And he dropped out.
He's gone.
Yep. He'll be back.
You can do, in German, you can do splitting now, but well, I think I want to get over with it and not. I have to go to the city where the German CAA or FAA equivalent is, and well, I want to go there once and be done with it.
Well, that's good luck to you, but that's that sounds insane. I mean, just doing 7 in one go was enough for me. I mean, that period of my life was.
Hey guys, I'll be back in a second.
7 times, let alone 14. But you're probably much cleverer than I am, so you could probably do it.
Well, just a matter of preparation and, well, other people have done it before, I think. So, yeah. That's how it works here.
So, Pip, have they definitely assigned you to the Phenom? Have you not found a way to get into something that you're more interested in?
No, I think my hands are tied, unfortunately. Well, actually, that's not true. I could have gone to the Citation XL, but I didn't see the point, really. We have a kind of crazy system when it comes to bidding for fleets. It's like a points-based system, which is partly based on seniority and then partly based on the desirability of your current fleet. So being on a crappy fleet like the Phenom, you get more points. So the idea is you build up points to one day in the future use to spend on one of the more desirable aircraft. That's the current policy. What it is next week, I don't know. I'll get more points on the Phenom than the Excel, so I thought I'll go for the Phenom. Plus, for the Phenom, I get to go to the States every 6 months for the recurrent training. So that's a little bit of a bonus as well.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna get Hawkers are gonna leave the fleet completely, or are they gonna stay?
No, they'll be gone pretty soon. I think we're meant to be finished this year with 6 Hawkers from the original 48 we started with, and then those 6 will gradually disappear over 2018.
Okay. And which Phantoms do you fly? Just the 100 or both the 100 and the 300?
No, just the 300. Just the 300.
Okay. And why is it?
I mean, actually, it's an okay aircraft. Once you get past the size, which is the biggest hang-up, you know, there's no two ways about it. It's a small aeroplane.
Yes.
But if you can get past that, then I hear it's a nice aircraft. Everyone who's on it right now is pretty happy. It's a good bunch of guys. Nice aeroplane to fly. Very modern avionics. It's got a great coffee machine.
Well,
Hey Pip, I've got one of those on my Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah.
Version on there. Bit of fun. Nippy little.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it in a way. The training is very different. The previous type ratings I've done, you go in and you just kind of break it down module by module. So you start with the electrics, then you'll learn the engines, then you'll learn the hydraulic systems. So you do these discrete modules. But with the Phenom, because it's so integrated, you know, all the systems are all so intertwined. You do sort of do it module by module. You just start day one by learning how to set up and prepare a flight, and you kind of learn the systems as you go along.
How long is the type rating gonna take you? Oh, 2 months, 3 months, 1 month?
Oh no, not that long. Not that long. It's 3.5 weeks. Most type ratings are about 3.5 to 4 weeks. The much bigger things like the Global, I think, is a 5-week course. Even the 757 is only a 4 or 5 week course.
Okay.
I just looked at the cockpit, or picture of a cockpit of the Phenom 300. It looks like an E175.
Could do. Could do. I mean, they're both from the same. Yeah, I don't know what those jungle jets have got, but that's a pretty nice avionics thing.
Are they both Embraers? Is Phenom made by Embraer?
Yeah,
Yes.
both Embraers.
Oh. Okay.
So actually, I'm calling it the Embraer 300, just to make it sound a bit fancy.
Make it sound, you're better than Craig and Rick Bell.
Yeah.
A better version. Yeah.
Exactly. Nearly
Well,
twice
I know
as
that
good.
Rick has said he really likes the Embraer 175, that he really enjoys flying it. You know, it's not like the C-130, you know, because it's not all hands on, but he really does like the cockpit. He says it's very comfortable. So I suspect, you know, it's got to be very similar. Would be very
I see a Ray in there.
Guys, right, food. I'll if I can later, I'll come back on.
Okay, Matt. Cheers.
See you, Matt.
Yeah.
Take care.
Hi, Ray. Can you hear us?
Hello, Ray.
Yeah, I can
I
hear
see
you
a Ray.
guys. How are you?
Good.
We can't hear you,
guys
Ray.
hear me?
You need to check your settings. To do that, you move your cursor up to the top of the screen and look at the microphone.
I can hear Ray.
You can hear me, Glenn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yep. Okay. Slight delay.
Yeah, I think sometimes we talk over each other, so
Wonders of technology.
yes.
How are you, Ray? Nice to see you on the chat and
Jeff's back again.
too.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, likewise, mate.
Lord. Loads of people.
That's right. Now we got to stop talking about Jeff now that he's back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, shh. Stop talking about Jeff.
He's still muted, I think.
Right.
Oh, he's muted himself.
He's just checking in. He's just checking
good.
out.
Just seeing what we're up to.
Checking on our grammar, no doubt.
Oh, he's at dinner still. Okay.
Oh, he's having a beer. Yeah.
He's not in his room right now. He's like you just said.
No, now he's even
Oh, yes, it was.
Eating in front of us. Hey, nice shirt, Fabian.
Can we kick him out?
Thanks. I was looking for something. I was already in bed when I read you were here in the hangout, so I needed something to throw over. So I pulled the APG shirt out of the of the closet.
Oh yeah, it's going on midnight by you, Fabian. It's late.
Yes, it is.
I realize, yeah, and you too, Pip. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's coming up to 11. It's not so bad.
Hey, Fabian, you sleep up high in that thing? That's your bed up there?
Yes, that's my bed. I have a 4-meter ceiling, so I figured I would do something with it and put a bed in where a door fits under.
Wow. And you said the door fits under
So
that?
I
Is that what you
can.
said?
Yes, the door is right. The entrance to the room is right under the bed.
That's clever. Very good. Very.
Now we can see. Oh.
Yes, it's a 4-meter ceiling, and I thought, well, just put something in and use the space up there.
I know.
It's a good idea. Very good idea.
Well, it's going on 7 o'clock here. I'm going to go make some dinner and say goodbye. And if you're still here when I'm back, then I'll check in. But otherwise, you guys take care. Have a good night.
Have a good one, Micah.
Take care. Bye-bye, all.
Good seeing you, Micah. Good seeing you, Micah.
Bye-bye.
Check out also. I'm going to follow the bandwagon. Gotta go.
Dave, you're a
some
party
stuff.
pooper, Dave.
It's a good time. Yeah, Ray, I'm pretty lame. I don't take it personally, even though you just showed up. You know, just living in opposite time zones. That's what happens, right?
Yeah. No, I've got deodorant on, so I don't know what that's all about then.
You have the what on?
I said I've got deodorant on, so it's not that.
Oh yeah, no, it's not that, No, that's true. And I see you shave too.
Yeah, used to. The grey hair was showing, so I had to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Guys, have a great night. This is a lot of fun. We'll do it again, and see you all in the chat room. All right. Be well.
Okay.
See you, Dave.
See you, Dave. Bye.
Bye.
Dave, I'll be out.
So Jeff disappeared
Hey,
again.
Pip.
Hey guys.
Oh, no, Jeff's back again.
Soon.
I think he said he'd be back in the room soon.
Yes, that's what he said. What I got to.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
no.
Pip, how long have you played the guitar?
Well, I started playing as a teenager, but I've not been consistent at all with it over the years. I've had long stretches of not playing it. So someone, if they picked up a guitar today and started really practicing, they'd be way better than me in 6 months easily. I have a very small repertoire of songs that I drive the family mad with. I only know a couple of songs.
Fair enough. It sounds like my son at the moment.
Yeah. I just got to a point where I just couldn't seem to improve. I suppose I could if I really went at it, but I don't have the time. I spent a while sort of getting up to scratch on the piano as well. But again,
It all depends. All depends on time too.
Yeah, that's it. So many other things going on.
Yeah, especially family.
Yeah, it'd be different if I could sort of jam with someone or play in a band. I'd love to do that, actually. It must be great fun. I briefly played in a band at university, and we were shocking. We were terrible, but great fun. Great fun.
Is your son not interested in picking up an instrument?
My son, actually, he has drum lessons. He's getting there with the drums. I mean, he's only 7, but he's pretty good, I would say, for a 7-year-old.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we kind of occasionally jam together. Usually, We Will Rock You. And you just turn the gain up to 11 on the amp, and it all sounds the same anyway. Just a big loud noise.
It's the only way to be.
Oh yeah, got to turn it up to 11.
That's it. And break the knob.
Exactly.
Not that knob, Glenn.
How long are you in Lisbon for, Pip?
So again?
How long are you in Lisbon for?
Well, I got here yesterday night. I've been in a meeting all day today, then half of tomorrow, and then after that I'm sort of free to be used for regular flying duty, but I guess I'll probably be here tomorrow night at least, and then who knows what.
So it's just like you started your 6-day or 5-day rotation 2 days ago, and with office today and tomorrow, and then they can use it for whatever they want.
That's it. So tomorrow will be day 3 of 6.
Okay, I see.
They can send me off theoretically tomorrow afternoon, but I'm guessing they'll just leave me here, which is great. I get so few, I come to Lisbon so much, but get so few opportunities to go down to the city and look around. So I'm hoping maybe I'll have a half a day at least to jump on the train and go into the city.
Sounds
The weather's
good.
quite nice here. It's kind of hitting 20 degrees C. Fahrenheit, that's what, 400? I don't know. 4 or 5 degrees.
The Australians and New Zealanders use Celsius too, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
We do indeed.
Everyone uses Celsius.
Except the Americans.
Except
normal people do. Normal people.
That's right, normal people. Yes. There's no Americans in here. Oh, Jennifer's here. So.
There's a hilarious sketch by John Finnemore, Celsius versus Fahrenheit. You can find it on YouTube. Very, very funny.
I think you played that at the end of one of your segments.
Oh, I may well have done. Yeah, I love John Finnemore stuff. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's a classic.
But it is a crazy system, Fahrenheit. How it's managed to survive all this time, I'll never know.
Oh, the Americans don't want to change, do they? Like miles, and everyone else is using liters and kilometers. Well, apart from the British, of course.
Well, in regards, we're fairly sort of bilingual. We can do kilometers and miles, centimeters and inches.
Yes.
But no, temperature, we're firmly in the Celsius camp.
Yeah, which makes sense. But, you know,
I think so. Yeah.
I'm like the way the Americans do their dates, the back to front sort of thing. With the year, the month, then the day, then the year. It's like what?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't like that at all. Not the best.
Yes, Jennifer. So I'm just reading the chat room. She's saying that those countries that use Celsius and those that put men on the moon. Just saying.
Here we go.
We put man on the moon.
Yeah.
I just say, well, how many men has NASA put in orbit lately? Oh, who's coming in now?
I mean, even the Russians use Celsius.
Yeah, true.
They also use a whole bunch of other crazy stuff for pressure measurements. When you're flying, they use millimeters of mercury, which is crazy.
Yeah.
No, they use inches mercury, the Yanks.
Yeah, I mean, inches of mercury, it's a bit crazy, but I can get my head around that. But millimeters of mercury, that's just way out there. I mean,
our medicine still uses that.
Despite everyone, I think.
That's being too pedantic.
Yeah. Although Russia just this week have finally started switching to QNH operations.
Really?
Nice.
So they're getting rid of metric. There's no more heights in meters. So up until now, they've been using feet above transition altitude. And then as you descend below transition altitude, which is pretty low in Russia, you then have to switch to metric and heights in QFE. It's a total... my French.
I mean, QNH has been around since what, World War II? Before World War II?
Yeah, I mean, QFE's been around. There's nothing wrong with QFE, but to mix and match the two of them is just a nightmare.
But QFE and QNH, you could still measure meters from that because that's pressure. You know.
Oh yeah, you can use whatever you want. You can measure it in.
Do I hear a German accent?
Whatever, but to be switching between one and the other.
You
No,
do, Captain
no.
Jeff. Hi there.
Hello, that must be Fabian.
Hey, Jeff.
I
Jeff.
am, yes.
Okay, who do we have here? I know I recognize that ugly guy, Pip.
Yep.
Just kidding, man. I love you.
I don't see you there, Jeff. Where are you? Oh, there you are. You've just popped into view.
Walking back from the bar.
Nice.
Walking or staggering?
Yeah, combination.
Oh, that's all right then. Normal.
Oh, I got low battery. Let me plug in. Sorry, back in a second, guys.
I'm about to get to my room. Carry on, please.
Okay. What are we talking about? QFE, QNH. Oh, Pip's just suddenly disappeared. So, I don't know where he's gone.
My battery's a bit low.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
Well, Jeff's picture is gone again.
Yeah, he probably disappeared and maybe he's lost the signal because he's gone on the lift or something.
Oh, there he is.
No, he's on. No,
Oh, he's
okay,
back.
so he's in two places.
Oh, he's back in the room again.
It's midday for you down under, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, for Glenn it would be, but for me it's actually 10 o'clock right now.
Yeah, 11:58 here.
Your kid's off to school, Ray.
Yes, got the youngest one off to school at 9 o'clock Sydney time, and yes, thought I'd catch up on the BFF chat there, and saw that someone was going on Hangouts. I'm like, okay, what's that all about? So I thought, oh yeah, I'll give it a go just for a little bit, and before I go to bed for another night shift tonight.
Oh.
What time does that start?
That will be at 18:30 hours tonight until 06:30 tomorrow morning.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Oh,
Yes.
it's awesome, especially with the weather we've got at the moment.
It's hot, right?
It's actually died down heat-wise. It's more humid than anything else, but we're getting severe thunderstorms lately. And one of the towns in the outback called Dubbo got totally trashed, as we say, with golf ball size hailstones. Yeah, so we're still waiting for the big storm to come for us here in Sydney. Still got the weather warnings happening at the moment, so anything's possible.
But no wildfires.
Sorry, Fabian?
No wildlife fires. No fire in the forest right now?
No. Luckily, knock on wood, that's all over and done with now. A lot of the firefighter helicopters that we have just 15 minutes from my house, the local airport, they've actually all packed up their helicopters, shipped them off in crates and sending them back to Canada as we speak. So yeah, I think we can safely say that's another fire season over and done with, thank God.
So, Ray, I have a question for you.
Okay, shoot. I'll try and answer it.
Just don't worry. It's not ask me anything or whatever. It shouldn't be I noticed in your Twitter page, it has you, looks like you're skydiving. Are you a skydiver?
That was actually for a 40th birthday present. I was still trying to work out right up until the point where I jumped out whether or not it was because I wanted to jump out or my wife wanted to get rid of me. I'm still trying to work that one out.
I thought you were going to say because your wife pushed you.
Hey. No. She's not that brave to actually get up there. But no, it was one hell of an experience, I can tell you. I wanted to do it. I thought, yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like a good idea. And I think for about 3 seconds while I'm hanging off the edge attached to the guy behind me. It's like, okay, well, I'm about to do this. I can't believe this. And I was like, oh, well, too late now. So, yeah, good experience.
You want to do it again?
I think I have to, because I actually said on the videotape at the end of it that I wanted to do it again. So I think I might be committed there. But I wouldn't mind. I will admit, I wouldn't mind doing it again. You know, I've done, you know, aerobatics. I've done normal flying. The flying up there was no problem. It was just that that leap of faith, pardon the pun, that you know, was the catalyst. So I might do it again someday. Just don't know what day.
So you and Dr. Steph are kindred spirits, then, I guess.
No. She's the Yoda of skydiving, as far as I'm concerned. She's had more jumps out that plane than what I have. That's for sure. I've only done it once.
She's the Yoda of everything, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I think so.
So, Glenn, hello there.
Yes,
I
hello.
recognize you from your feedback that you and Lucas sent in.
Yes, I always hide behind aircraft pictures on my on my Twitter feed.
Good to see you.
Of course, it is me. It is me on Facebook, but.
Excellent.
Yes.
And then let's see, Fabian, and then who, James. Is that James Balch? Is that his left or something?
He's got no volume.
Oh, okay. He has technical difficulties then. Okay. And let's see, Matthew, is this the hyphen man?
Yeah, that's me.
So where are you?
I'm in my my little box of an office at work near Moorabbin Airport, near where Evan Shue works, probably about 5 minutes. The other guys have had a bit of a dime tour, but I have to show. Yeah, I'm basically just at work on my own. I work on my own.
And remind me, what part of the world are you in?
Australia.
Okay.
Oh, Australia.
So Fabian and Pip are the late nighters here. What,
Yes,
midnight?
a little after midnight over here.
Yeah.
Just gone 11 here. It's not so bad.
So where are you, Pip?
I'm in Lisbon, just down the road
Oh, okay.
from HQ. I'll be back.
Are you there for training or something?
No, safety meeting. I come here every 6 months
Oh.
for my role as within the safety committee. So I spent all day in meetings today, then half a day tomorrow. Just to finish.
Excellent. You know, you should do a podcast that talks about this kind of thing.
There's a thought. Maybe I could do that. Yeah, I don't know. Because there aren't any good aviation podcasts out there at the moment. Are there?
No, not many at all. Maybe one or 2,000.
Actually, we
What's
may.
another one, Tim? What's another one?
We're trying to record maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. If Al and Matt Smith are around, we're going to try and record an episode. Going to be talking about
nice.
fear of flying.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So we'll see
Excellent.
how that works out.
Excellent. I really enjoy your show. It's always a lot of fun to listen to. Yeah.
When are you recording this week, Jeff?
Again? I think we're gonna shoot for Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, Thursday. I guess night for you. Thursday, probably afternoon, sometime in the afternoon for us here in the Eastern U.S. because I think Steph has the afternoon off usually on Thursday.
Steph has most afternoons off, it seems to me.
Yeah. I guess that's the perk of sticking needles into people.
Yeah.
True.
Fabian, what are you up to?
Well, I was already laying in bed when I read this was going on, so I jumped back out and went to the PC because I wanted to join. Came back from the pool after water polo practice, and we drank a beer afterwards.
Excellent.
And studying
So
48.
is that your bed that I see behind you?
Yes,
Up high?
I have I have a 4-meter ceiling, so I stuck in a bed, and the entrance door is actually right below the bed. Because
I see the ladder there. Yeah.
yes, it's like more than 2 meters high, so the entrance is below it. Because I thought I need to use the space up there, and it's just a small room I have here.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like James got his sound fixed.
Hey guys, how are you? I'll have you see me. Hey guys, sorry about that.
You look a lot different than I imagined, James. You're much bluer than I thought. Oh, there you are.
There you are.
I'm there. Jeff looks blue. I guess. How many? What have you done today? You got cabin fever?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm just no. I don't get cabin fever. Right? It's okay with me to sit in a hotel room all day long. I don't have any problem with it.
How's everyone doing?
What's
I guess you guys have brought together the world. It's remarkable what you've done. How global this is. Every time I get on one of these hangouts, I am appreciative of what Jeff has done to bring
Yeah,
together.
well, it's not me. It's just all of us. So we have Germany and Portugal and let's see, where in Australia are you, Glenn?
I'm not in Australia.
You're in
New Zealand.
Oh no 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 no
sorry.
no 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 no.
Oh my God.
It's like
sorry.
saying, what part of Canada are you from, Jeff?
The southern part. I am so. As soon as I said that, I thought, wait a minute, he's in New Zealand. He's a Kiwi.
Actually, if Glenn was in Australia, we'd say he would be in Bondi.
Bondi. So, what
Bondi.
part of the Kiwi country are you in?
Wellington.
Wellington. Okay.
Yes.
Is that
Wellington's
the
a beautiful city.
Yes,
I've
it
been
is.
there before. Absolutely
North
beautiful.
Island or the West or the South Island?
It's the North Island. Yeah, the capital. We're at the
Okay.
south of the North Island.
Okay, I've only been to the north of the North Island, up in or near in Auckland. That's the only
Yeah.
place I've ever been. Yeah,
I know a
beautiful
lot of
country.
starlifters used to fly into Christchurch as part of the South Pole thing.
I never got to
but,
do that. Yeah,
Oh.
I never got to do that. In the squadron, you had to be there for a while, and you had to be one of the favorites of the squadron commander to do that. And I was not there long enough to get a chance to do that. But that was a big
Yeah.
deal at our squadron.
Now it's C-130s from the New York National Guard and sometimes C-17s as well. Go down there.
Okay.
So,
Well, I thought Auckland was very beautiful, and but I hear that Christchurch and that whole area down the South Island is even more beautiful.
yeah, well, Christchurch is a bit of a mess at the moment because they're still rebuilding after the huge earthquake they had.
Earthquakes,
It's
yeah.
still a mess down there, but yeah, we had a big
Yeah,
earthquake here not long ago.
I know somebody from Dunedin. Is that right? Dunedin?
Dunedin, yes.
Dunedin.
Dunedin. Okay, yeah. And they said it was kind of a mess down there.
Yeah. Well, Dunedin seemed to be okay. It's just Christchurch got lots of Christchurch being rebuilt at the moment, and it's a huge building site. And a lot of the buildings that were there when I went there years ago aren't there anymore. It's just it's almost like a wasteland. It's a real mess.
So somebody was telling me that they thought that perhaps Christchurch will never completely rebuild and it'll eventually just disappear.
No, I think they will rebuild it. It won't disappear. It'll still be
It
there.
just won't be the same.
Yeah, it won't be the same. That's right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of housing. There are houses down there that can't be lived in because they call it the red area, because you never know, there might be another big earthquake and those houses will just fall down anyway. So they're not rebuilding in those areas. They're moving out to different parts of Christchurch. So
okay.
That earthquake was 5 years ago, wasn't it? Or when was it?
yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was about 5
years.
years ago.
Didn't you
Yeah,
have
'cause it just-
one recently? But not that big, but it was
It was pretty big, but it was centered further north of the South Island.
Okay.
And railway lines and everything were broken up. They're still trying to reopen the railway line now, and the road. The road between Christchurch and a place called Picton, which is the north of the South Island, is still closed now, and you can't drive down. You have to drive the long way round. So big detour. Because I was in the South Island Saturday, a place called Blenheim, is a Omaka aircraft museum, and there's a big sign saying Christchurch diversion. So how long it's going to take? Could take another 6 months or something to clear.
Well, I guess you could look at it as it's remote, and it'll keep all the people from Australia and the rest of the world away.
Oh no, we want them to come here because they got lots of money. It helps
Okay.
here.
Well, it's just a
We
certain number.
we need tourists.
I'm feeling used, Glenn. I'm feeling really used.
So Ray, you're in the Sydney area?
I'm on the outskirts of Sydney, probably about an hour and a half southwest of Sydney.
Okay.
Are you near the mountains out there? Aren't the mountains beautiful?
We are sort of near the mountains. We can actually see the Blue Mountains from where we are. If you actually go to the local airport called Camden Airport, you can actually clearly see the Blue Mountains from there. So it's probably to get to Katoomba, which is a famous tourist spot in the Blue Mountains. From here, you're probably looking at about an hour 45-minute drive. So it's not really that far for us anyway. It's not that far. For some people, it might be a bit of a travel. But yes, they are definitely nice to look at. That's for sure.
That's funny. Our perspective of distance. If you're Pip or Fabian, an hour and 45 minutes, how many different countries could you possibly?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, no, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, it's closer to go to Paris, Brussels, or Amsterdam than to go to Berlin.
Okay. Okay. So
And
maybe not so much.
Luxembourg is closer too, so I get to 4 different capitals faster than to my own.
Okay.
Well, you're just showing off now, Fabian.
I can't feel sorry for you, Ray, living in Sydney. I mean, I was there one day I would go back to Sydney. I would argue you have the most beautiful city, the rocks. Before you die, if you have to make a trip, you got to go to Sydney. I would argue, been all around the world, and I'm dead serious. No beautiful harbor. The people are friendly. I'd go down there in 2 minutes again. It's beautiful in Sydney Harbor, and your Sydney Airport's beautiful, overlooking the bay. It's magnificent.
It'll take you more than 2 minutes to get down there, though.
Just a little bit of a walk. Just a bit of a walk.
You know, Acme.
No, it's not bad.
You got Acme flying down there now.
Yeah,
you
we've
guys
been
are doing
flying
pretty
there
well down there
for
because
a while out of LA, I think. But Sydney is the only place I think.
yeah, between you and your JV, you've done pretty well. Between you and Virgin, you guys have been. That's grown quite a bit.
I don't know.
It is insanely far away. I've only went there once on our honeymoon, and you kind of cross the coast, and eventually you get to the northwestern coast of Australia. And think, great, we're almost there, but then it's still like another 6 or 7 hours before you get to Sydney.
It's because you're coming at it from the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's far away and it's flipping huge.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty huge for a country. There's no
It
two ways
really
about
is.
that.
Yeah, we went to up to northern Queensland for a couple of weeks for our honeymoon, and that really is paradise.
It is. It is a nice spot. That was actually the first time I'd been out of the state of New South Wales. Was on my honeymoon and went up to Queensland. So yeah, you are right. It's it is nice country up there.
Just gorgeous. We stayed for a week or so just in a B&B in Port Douglas, and then we got on a little a Cessna Caravan and flew north for an hour. I went to, it's changed name now, but it was called not Sergeant Pepper's, something to do with Pepper's Lodge. But you could only get there. You had to get this Cessna Caravan to a little grass strip, and then a boat ride down a river to this place, which is kind of perched on a little peninsula in the rainforest. And I mean, that's where we blew all our money. It was like I don't know how much, but it was a lot of money per night. but it was just stunning, absolutely stunning.
I heard there's a beautiful island called Heron Island. Is that correct? I heard it's one of the more beautiful islands just off the Great Barrier Reef.
There are quite a lot of little islands around just off the coast of Queensland. A lot of tourist destinations.
Is that a corner where
Great
Fraser
Barrier
Island
Reef.
is too?
Sorry, what was that?
Is that the corner where Fraser Island is too?
No, Fraser. Matt? Fraser Island would be down your way, wouldn't it?
He
I
can't hear
think
you.
Matt's muted himself. He can hear us, but I think he muted his microphone.
I think he says it's further up north.
No, there
I'll
you go.
Google map it.
No, south. He's
I guess
pointing
you're
down.
saying
with
it's farther down.
South.
Yeah.
South.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's south of the border anyway, as we
Maybe close
New
to
South
Tasmania,
Walesmen
maybe.
call him.
Border. Is there
It's
another-
it's a running joke with New South Wales and Victoria. You know, they're south of the border.
Is there a wall on the border?
No.
No.
So I hear that
Not
Melbourne
by New
is,
Zealand.
I
I hear
can't.
that
I
Melbourne is
couldn't.
very.
New Zealand either.
I'm sorry, we're all talking over each other.
Yeah.
I hear that Melbourne is a nice city. No.
Yeah,
No.
it is.
Matt's saying yes.
I've been there. I'll speak for Matt. It is okay. I've been down there for the big air show, and Melbourne is actually nice, especially for the architecture and so forth. And I got crickets. Well, that's great. Thank you.
No,
very much.
that was not for you. That was for after I asked about Melbourne. There was no response from anybody. So I was a little bit late with my crickets.
Melbourne's beautiful. The architecture, it's so European, it's so cosmopolitan.
That's what's wrong with it.
You're just so
Just
funny.
joking. Sorry, Fabian and Pip.
Oh my goodness. You see everything.
Can you hear me now?
Matthew, are you? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
My phone died.
So where do we begin on this next? I got a question for you, Jeff. We'll throw it out there. Where would you like to fly that you've never flown before that you could, whether it's your current aircraft or another aircraft, an airport that you wish you could fly into?
I don't know.
And remember, Jeff, you can't leave the US. The rest of the world isn't trying to kill you. We promise. It's not so
In
scary.
Australia, everything tries to kill you.
A lot of different places in the world.
I would think St. Martin be pretty good. You can fly that with your future aircraft. They fly it down there. St. Martin, they got the
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Caribbean myself. I don't know. I really have to think about that, James. I'm not sure. I would have loved to have flown into Hong Kong at the old airport.
that was
Done that famous
We
approach.
call Kai Tak.
Yeah.
Awesome
Right,
flying
Tack,
too.
yep.
What's
was
that?
Awesome. I reckon I saw old ladies' undies when we went past. It was unbelievable.
I heard something about old ladies' undies.
That's
not sure.
Yeah, that's
what
all
the
I got.
context
What are you talking about, Matt?
Where do you work,
Actually-
man? Some kind of a pornographic studio or something?
No, that's down the road there. Life Saving Victoria. I work for Life, which is an arm of Surf Life Saving Australia. So I manage all their operational equipment and basically put my previous experience and knowledge into play to set things up for them and for events and different sites and stuff. So yeah, that's what I do.
Nice.
I work on my own.
Nice. So what time is it for you over there now? Like you said, like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, 10:21 a.m.
Okay, nice. Oh, I think
I do believe Jen has joined.
I think that we're going to have some adult supervision now and female.
Yeah. Better tone it down now, folks.
Click ignore her.
Shoot.
Tone it down.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Oh, you
You're
can't
looking a
see
little
me.
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking a little.
Looking at
Looking a
blue.
little green there, Jen.
No, blue.
I am a
Colourful.
little blue. I don't know. Is that any better?
Well, now you're very dark.
You just turn off the camera. It's just second button from the left.
Uh,
The one that'll show red, and then you click it off.
Guys,
We can hear you there, Jen.
you guys don't need to see me, do you?
Oh, we can see you as well.
Now we see you.
Yeah, she is.
There she is.
Yeah, you guys. I figured we'd add a little estrogen to this situation.
We definitely need that.
The frat party. No.
Sorry.
We're getting in touch
Sorry
with
to
our
ruin
feminine
the frat
side.
party.
So serious point, Jen. How many aircraft are in Columbus right now? Because you showed a pretty cool photo of how many, quite a few aircraft came because of the storm.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot.
There's a lot in there.
A buttload.
Yeah, I think that's the technical term, right, Jeff?
Yes, that's the technical term.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how many. I just know there's a whole bunch parked over on the south parking pad. I assume that's because of the storm.
So you guys didn't get any of this craziness with the storm or anything?
Nope.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. So tell us about what's happening there in the medium-sized. Well, let's just say Columbus, Ohio.
Not a whole lot, really. Just another day, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen,
Planes in, planes out.
you have to tell me where I need to visit when I come in June. Where are the top places?
Oh.
Something about a winking lizard.
Yeah, winking lizard. Where's the captain?
Yeah, right. We should go to the Winking Lizard for sure. Honestly, it's going to depend in part on how much time you got, Pip. I know you're going to be really busy.
For wild parties, I got all the time in the world.
Well, we'll take care of you. There's more drinking places in Columbus than anywhere in the Midwest. So I would argue you have plenty of good time. You tell us what you want. You want a zoo? You ever seen Jack Hanna?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Jack Hanna, the person in the U.S. very famous in the zoo. We have one of the best zoos in the country.
Okay.
I'm also from that. Or if you name your beer, Jeff's been there. Some really good beer.
I'm thinking chicken wings and beer is pretty much.
Well, we've got a great chicken place called Hot Chicken Takeover, one of the best entrepreneurial chicken places. We got that covered.
That's where I want to go.
Then that's easy.
Yeah, we can make that happen. And we're not far from Dayton, so if you had the time and wanted to do the Air Force Museum, we could possibly.
Actually, I have been to Dayton before, years and years ago, in '98 when I was traveling the States. I visited the museum.
Oh.
Excellent.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
nice to go again.
But they got a new Air Force One exhibit at Dayton.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just there. It's very cool. Recommend it.
Hey,
Yeah,
got an
'cause,
idea for birthday.
Say again?
What's that about birthday, Matt?
I was thinking about Nev's birthday. You know how we keep making a joke about Nev Force One?
When is his birthday?
You actually want to buy him a Nev Force One?
You can.
Yeah, right ahead, Matt.
Yeah, if you got the money.
Yeah, you're funny. No, I was just thinking
Yes.
maybe we could, make a model of like his A320 or A318, and then put like NevTech on the side of it so that he, like in decals or whatever.
That'd be cool.
That's doable.
Yeah. A lot of model
Photo,
makers
maybe.
in this group.
A photo, maybe. Yeah.
But I can do the decals. I did them for private jet in Miami last year.
Yeah, I have it displayed prominently in my man cave.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. You just get the paper and you can print straight onto it.
Oh. So now we just need to find somebody to make the model.
Oh, I'm sure we can get one off eBay for very little money.
Yeah, that's true.
This is all Nev serves is very little money.
Yeah, we don't want to spend
Low
too much.
budget. Low budget birthday.
Do we know?
I don't know.
Checking his birthday?
50 something.
It's November 1st.
Oh, plenty of time.
At least that's what his Facebook says. I hope that's right.
Stalker much. Stalker much.
Yeah, that's plenty of time.
Yeah.
November. Get months to make that happen.
Kind of make it look a little bit like the BA livery, but then customize it.
Yeah.
Talking about Columbus, when are you going to get your bid sheet to come back to Columbus, Jeff? You got
Oh,
your
I
bid
put
sheet
that
up?
as one of my top preferences is to avoid Columbus. I mean,
I guess you
bid
enjoyed
Columbus,
Flint
I'm
better
sorry.
than Columbus about a month ago. No, I'm kidding.
No, I thought I was going to be there, but apparently God didn't want me to be.
No, God didn't.
He wanted me in Flint.
Jeff, I recommend you bid Columbus for June. I understand there's going to be a visitor in June. That'd be a good
Oh,
time to be there.
wait. If it's Pip, then definitely I'm going to have to bid away from Columbus in June. Let me
Oh,
write that
man.
down there.
There's not that much of your aircraft in Columbus that much during this time. We've been up gauge to the old 5.7.
Yeah, I'll definitely be in Columbus in June.
All right, well, that'd be good.
I will.
Okay, so I'm going to
I'll
request my
definitely
training in
bid.
Dallas instead.
And I'll be so Dallas will be my second choice for June will be Dallas. Where else could you be? I'm sorry I missed you when you came through Atlanta. I was completely out of the loop on that one. Sorry.
Did I drop off?
Nope.
Nope,
I said
there.
everybody stopped talking. I said I was. I'm sorry that I didn't make it into the ATL when you were there, Pep.
Ah, you missed a classic.
I know, but I saw the video, so it was almost like being there.
Yeah. I managed to, by accident, I promise, I managed to fondle Steph's bottom, which is kind of nice.
By accident, huh?
Well, I walked. She had this backpack on, right?
Uh-huh.
Steps like a mountaineer, with this enormous backpack on, and I walked with her to the gate, and we both had a couple of beers. We kind of had a bit of a hug goodbye, and so I put my arms round, but there was just this huge rucksack. So I kind of went down until I got to the bottom of the rucksack, and it was her butt. I thought, this is just fine. She didn't.
Well, have you ever seen her naked?
I have not.
I have neither.
Oh.
It's an airplane joke. Yeah.
Now you guys behave.
Never will either.
Sorry, man.
But we have seen Rick's butt. We've seen him practically nude.
Yeah, Rick is another story
mini
altogether.
kilt of his.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
I've seen Rick in a very short skirt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now, what's the story with Rick, Jeff? Is he ever coming back?
I don't know.
Who?
Who's that?
Rick, is he coming back?
Who's Rick? Who?
That short guy.
Let's
In
see.
the dress.
That Rick.
Yeah, that.
I don't know. I think you said that they have a bid in April that he can bid out of Anchorage, and he wants to bid something in the eastern U.S. I'm not sure where their bases are, but I think that he wants to bid out of Anchorage because it takes so long for him to get there and then come back, and and he wants to live eastern U.S. Or in the eastern U.S. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that we'll get to see him more, sometime mid this year and on. We're hoping.
But he's not in Miami anymore, is he?
No, because he was with his he was living with his parents. They moved out of Miami to Charlottesville, Virginia, and so there's no, as far as I know, there's no more family out of Miami. So there's nothing really for him.
Recently in Miami.
Pardon? What was that, James?
I thought I saw he was in Florida recently. That might have been for a work trip.
Yeah, I think he was down there in Miami for Atlas. So, but he doesn't have family down there anymore. I got thrown off by that too, because I had some communication with him, and I said, "Oh," he said something about he was home in the U.S. I guess he meant he was there for a short period of time, because I said, "Okay, well, that's great. Let's do a show. And when do you want to do it? I'll make time for whenever you want." And he said that'd be great. And then the next tweet I saw from him, he was back in Anchorage. So I guess he was only here for a short period of time. So anyway, we're hoping that we'll see more of the Rickster later this year.
Although you gave us Dana, and we haven't seen any tweets from Dana this week in the bike week, have we? Check.
Yeah, Dana's not a big tweeter.
Let's see what he's been up to bike week.
Yeah.
Having fun.
He doesn't tweet. No, there is no tweet.
Yeah,
It'd be fun to
he's
see him in bike week.
He's not a big
Busy for tweeting.
person.
Yeah.
The idea, some people in the U.S., in Florida, there's a thing every year called Daytona Bike Week, and a bunch of thousands of bikers come around Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah, they're big.
There's a lot of
Harley Davidson motorcycles, big giant, hogs. So it's a big deal.
Now he would love Isle of Man Week.
That's
a big event we have over here in, I think, May time, when all the motorcyclists from Europe go across to the Isle of Man and do their best to kill themselves on the circuit that goes around the whole island.
Yeah.
It's the world's craziest event. Every year, without fail, there are at least half a dozen people kill themselves on this thing.
So how did they get to Isle of Man? On a ferry?
You can fly there. Or yeah, we usually get a ferry. That's where my wife's family's from, the Isle of Man. They're Manx, as they say. So we go across fairly often. We usually get the ferry across. It's a wonderful place. It's like stepping back in time. They're stuck in the 50s.
I enjoyed your podcast and your video from there.
That's
cool.
right. Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful place, just wonderful.
It looks lovely.
Yeah, it really is. But like I say,
Have
it's mad.
Have you seen that Guy Martin documentary about the Isle of Man TT?
I don't think so, but
Oh my gosh! Has anyone else seen the any footage from there? How close their heads get to those hedgerows?
yeah. Well, I've been across and seen the actual TT and seen these guys go herring around the island. It's absolutely insane.
You couldn't fit a credit card between their heads and these hedgerows. They go that hard
Yeah,
when they corners.
yeah. It's great to watch.
Board videos, they're remarkable. I'm amazed at how close they are to those walls. I mean, it's unreal to see that. I've never seen. Gives you a new appreciation.
What kind of vehicles are they? Are you talking about the motorcycles?
Yeah.
Yep, they'll do motorcycles. They'll race 100, 150 miles an hour in these public streets around. It's remarkable. It's a sight to behold.
They don't do that in Daytona Beach.
No. Although they raced around the racetrack.
It's mostly a bunch of older men with huge beer bellies and women in bikinis and the kind of well, never mind. I'm going to stop. But it's
No, what were you
different.
going to say, Jeff?
It's different from what you're talking.
Not so public here. Is it?
It's
a light
good
way to
people.
describe it, Jeff.
Good people down there. Good people.
Just in case any of them are watching.
I don't think so.
The ladies have been in the sun quite a bit. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's it. All done.
Sounds like the kind of place I want to go to.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if you're wearing
know
lycra, Pip.
Pip, I know you pretty well, and I don't think that this is a place for you.
Oh, no? Okay.
No.
Oh.
How did we get there again?
It's Florida.
I think James is. I think Matt's just headed over there now. He's gone.
Yeah,
he
he left.
disappeared.
Oh, Matt, leave us again? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
He's on his way. Well, I'm sure
Well,
Dana will
guys,
tell us all about it when he gets back.
Yeah, Dana's a guy. He's a very, very fun guy. He's good
Yes.
good sense of humor and good positive person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, guys,
Definitely had
I'm
a
gonna
good time over
actually
there.
have to. Oh, sorry, Jeff.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna actually have to love you and leave you, as we say. I'm gonna have to hit the sack and get some sleep for tonight's shift. But it's been awesome catching up with you guys for the first time.
Yeah. Great to see you.
Have to try and do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Let's do this more often. It'll just be the extension of the AVG BFF thing.
BFF
Yeah,
Live.
that'd be good.
There we go. I'll just have to change the name of this thing.
No, don't change it again, Jeff. Can't keep up.
Not the chat. The video thing. Because it says APG Live, but I can make it AvGeek BFF channel or something.
That'd be a good
Because
idea.
I hardly ever use it. So anyway, great to see everybody, and nice to see you in person, sort of, Ray and Glenn.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Fabian, awesome to see you as well. It must be getting really late there. Hopefully you'll get some sleep tonight.
Well, it's a little after 1:30 midnight, so it's 20 till 1.
Yeah, what time do you have to get up?
I don't. The theory class is over, and I take my exams a little under 2 weeks. So just home study for me.
Okay.
Best
Excellent.
of luck with that.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks.
I'm
So
sure you'll
Jeff,
be
are you
fine.
you back home to Atlanta and then start another trip? So you're doing back to back?
No, I'm not scheduled to go out again until Monday. So I'll probably be home for a few days, but I'll put in a request for some overtime flying again. But we'll just see how everything pans out, how the weather goes, and that kind of stuff.
What time are you leaving tomorrow, Jeff?
Well, we're scheduled to depart at 6 o'clock in the morning.
12:45, Jan.
12:30.
5, Jan. I saw you trying to sneak it in there.
So you think I have any control over this? No.
You're
So-
Jeff Nelson. You're God. You've got control over everything.
No, I have no control whatsoever in any area of my life. So,
Sorry, I forgot. Steph's not here.
yeah, she's the one that has all the control. So it'll be anywhere from 6 o'clock in the morning until what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Was that the end of the?
Well, yeah, 12:45. Yeah.
So we'll
Is there an over under bet of 12 o'clock?
Yeah, well, I hope that the people that are guessing later in the day, I hope you are all wrong.
Yeah.
I think Jeff gets.
Mike when you need him.
What?
Where's Dispatcher Mike when you need him? Because I know he's working right now.
Yeah, he's probably the one that knows for sure. But I guess it depends on if an airplane gets into Bradley tonight. I think there is supposed to be one coming in late tonight. That'll be our airplane tomorrow. So, but I'm just riding. I'm deadheading home, and then that's it. So maybe I can pick something up later this week. So anyway, thanks everybody for being there. You want me to keep this thing going, or want me to shut it down?
Yeah, I'm gonna call
I'm
it.
gonna go soon.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just shut it.
Ray is suffering as well.
Okay. So poor Matt is going to go, where's everybody? Matt, we're leaving.
Yeah, I know he's here. Matt's still here.
Okay.
We'll catch you on the flip side, guys.
Okay. We'll see you all later. And hopefully we'll see some of you on Thursday when we
I
record.
think Matt wants to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
He's muted himself
He's
again.
frozen in time.
He's putting something up. What does it say?
I can't see
We
that.
are... What? Put it back up.
Hold it back up. Hold it back up, Matt.
Higher. When are you...
When are
recording?
you?
I think
Oh yes, I was
probably
just going to ask that. When are you recording?
Thursday, sometime Thursday, I think. Steph has the afternoon off, and I think Nick said that he would be coming home after the deadhead from New York. So probably for those of you in the UK, Thursday night. For those of us in the US, sometime Thursday afternoon, and then You people over there in New Zealand and Australia, I have no idea.
Friday.
Friday morning.
With him to Heathrow
lunchtime.
and then take another flight back to Atlanta from there.
2 a.m.
Put
What's
that
that?
down, Matt. It's not that early.
What did you say,
No,
Fabian?
2 a.m.
You should fly the bin liner with Nick to Heathrow, record a podcast on the go, and fly back on next week.
I don't want to be cooped up in one airplane in close proximity to Nick if I can help it. Sorry. No, I'm
He
just
might
kidding.
make you switch off your PED.
No, yeah.
Oh, don't go there.
Don't go
No,
there.
don't start it.
Don't
No,
go
no,
there.
Hand grenade.
No,
I
no.
don't even know what that is.
Personal
Okay.
electronic device.
Naughty.
All right. Well, good night, everybody, or good morning, good day,
Good afternoon.
and all
Good
that.
day, good evening, and
You
good
guys.
night.
Night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, dude?
Bye.
Yeah,